San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime year.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And happy Friday to everybody out there in America's finest city. What month is it? It feels like it's, the hot stove month. That's definitely the case. It's warm outside. It feels like this is the fake spring. It's a fake spring you get where it's like, hey, it's springtime. Feels great outside. Great weather. It's right around the corner. Then you start thinking about like Memorial Day weekend, and all of a sudden you think about the summer, and you're like, oh, we're almost there. And then they pull the rug underneath you when it gets to February. It gets all cloudy and stuff, and then it starts raining in March. You're like, what happened? Enjoy these couple of days while you can, San Diego. This is great. It's great weather. A great way to start the weekend. You got a 3-day weekend. We'll be off on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday, so that's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a great time to go out there and watch some NFL football for the playoffs, college football, national championship on Monday, and talk about the baseball season. Hang on a second. What happened last night was, I'd love to say surprising, but it wasn't that surprising. We saw them lingering. All we did. They were lurking. They were lurking more than Jocelyn does in the chat. Let me tell you, they were lurking. It was the Blue Jays. It was the Mets. Outside chance, maybe the Dodgers. But you know what? Every single time, biggest free agent of the offseason. And where do they go? The Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers yesterday signed Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million deal with opt-outs after year 2 and 3, a $64 million signing bonus. He gets $30 million deferred. And Kyle Tucker gets this right in his prime as he turns 29 this year. I'd love to say I'm surprised. I'm really not. And I bookmarked a bunch of tweets from last night because I'm going to tell you, it was on fire last night with Major League Baseball. And here's how I know it's not a great move. For the overall synopsis of Major League Baseball. When every fan base in the United States says this is ridiculous, it becomes a major problem for the sport. It does. It becomes a major problem on the sport. I understand if it's just the Padres fans, the Giants fans, the Diamondbacks fans, and fans in the division that have to deal with the Dodgers complaining, that's one thing. That's one thing. But the fact that it's everybody in baseball, everybody is just tired of this from a fan perspective. That's not great for the overall health and lifeblood of the sport. Look, you can shove TV ratings down my throat as much as you want. I am tired of judging a sport and judging how the lifeblood of the sport is based on TV ratings. I'm tired of it. That doesn't matter to me. The TV ratings. Are they important? To an extent, they are. You want to know how, most people don't know how ratings are conducted. I don't even know if I can say it or not, but if you want to go look up how ratings are conducted, you're going to be shocked at how it's just kind of a guess. It's just kind of a guess. But we're going to evaluate our sport based on what the ratings were, the World Series. I saw this tweet earlier this morning from Colin Cowherd. Regarding Kyle Tucker deal with LA, number one, playoff and World Series ratings have been up with the Dodgers' dominance. Is that why people watch? Number 2, Yankees fans loved owning the hot stove signings with George Steinbrenner leading the charge. Never once heard fans calling WFAN that were deeply concerned about the sport's balance. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if the Padres were buying all the players in Major League Baseball and we had an all-star team, you know what I would not be complaining about to 97 through the fan? That we're the biggest team in baseball. What a windsock tweet that is. Oh, nobody complains here in LA. This is great. Yeah, it's great for LA. It's not great for anybody else. It's stupid. Here's the other one I thought. This is great. If you don't think it's a serious problem that there are teams running around with player payrolls likely comparable to what small markets have in total revenue, I can't help you. You are very dull. You probably really struggle adding basic numbers together. That's from this guy who's a Pirates fan, Connor Williams, wins_Williams. That's the argument that Frank and I tried to make 3 months ago. The whole situation of anybody can do this. Well, apparently not everybody can do this. Not even the New York Mets. Did you guys see what the Mets offered Kyle Tucker? Anybody see what John Heyman reported of what the Mets offered Kyle Tucker? I know Frank knows what the Mets offered Kyle Tucker. I got to scroll down because it's all the Bo Bichette news.
It was $55 million AAV. They were going to give him 60 the first 2 years, 50 the second 2, no deferrals, and a $75 million signing bonus.
Correct. And the signing bonus is great because you get that as soon as you sign. That's just $75 million in your pocket. The Mets offered. So when people say like anybody can do this, the Mets gave a pretty good offer. 220 over 4 years, 60 a year, 60 a year, 50 a year, 50 a year, 75 right here on the spot. And he still goes to LA. It's stupid. It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. How about this? Kyle Tucker was tied for 45th in WAR last season. Tied for 45th in WAR last season. And the man just got $60 million a year from the Dodgers. That's another problem with Major League Baseball. I almost feel like Major League Baseball is allowing it to happen just to like prove these numbers in the court of public opinion about how much money the players get. 45th in WAR last season. 45th best player in Major League Baseball. I know he had some injuries. 45th best player in Major League Baseball according to WAR got $60 million a year. That's crazy. Now, as much as I want to say, like, oh, it's the Dodgers, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't make the Dodgers that much better than they already are. It doesn't really. So, like, from the whole standpoint of, oh, they're a super team, my buddy said this last night. I totally agree with him. If you're watching on YouTube, the Dodgers are here right now. Okay? The Dodgers are here. Everybody else is, like, way down here. The Dodgers, by adding Kyle Tucker, went from here to here, like just a slight nudge. They're already they are already the favorite to win. They were already, they didn't really increase their odds that much. And with baseball being crazy in terms of a sport, there is a chance that somebody could knock them off in the postseason because they could get hot one weekend or get hot 1 week. Like, it didn't make them that much better. I'd be surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be surprised if Max Muncy even makes that team at this point in time. I mean, if you're just going to buy the best player at almost every position, why do you still employ why do you still employ Pages and Max Muncy? To all those people that said anybody could do this, right? The Dodgers have 8 players on their roster whose contracts exceed the competitive balance tax. It would rank as the 5th highest payroll in baseball. Just 8 on a 40-man roster. Kyle Tucker, Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Edwin Diaz. Those 8 players would be the 5th highest payroll in all of baseball. You can say what you want about anybody can do this, and the owners are not spending at certain places. Look, that's also part of the problem. But I'll tell you right now, they're not mutually exclusive. The Dodgers are a problem by buying up all the players in Major League Baseball because they have more funds than everybody else. That's a problem. The other problem is the $120 million that the Dodgers now have to pay in luxury tax payments, getting pocketed by like the cheap owners, is also a problem. Both things could be true. And here's the deal. I still can't believe people think this is like capitalism versus socialism. It's the dumbest comment I've ever heard. Professional sports is a competitive, balanced industry. It is an industry based on competition. It's not an industry based on like, oh, whoever has the most money should thrive in the world. It's not what this is about. It's about competition. And you reason why you make things like that competition, because what is entertaining to people? The level of competition. That is what is entertaining to people. And as soon as people lose interest and are no longer entertained by your sport, the money stops to flow in. And then the players stop getting paid as much because the owners aren't making as much. This is the effect moving forward. This is the effect. And so from the perspective of the Dodgers getting better, not that upset. They didn't get that much better with Kyle Tucker. In fact, I would say they overpaid Kyle Tucker for his services to not really increase their chances of a World Series. They already had the best odds. They didn't drastically change for $60 million a year. You're mad at the Dodgers and Major League Baseball because they're just stockpiling players, which makes other teams at the bottom half, who, by the way, need to spend money in their own right, when they show up to town, it's like, why are we even watching this team play? That's the disparity between the Dodgers and everybody else in Major League Baseball. The one thing about the NFL that I love is the competitive balance of the National Football League. And I thought Thomas Carreri on social media, I don't know who he is, but he had a great thought. This is what he put out. I totally agree with this. One thing I've always liked about the NFL is that the star players rarely hit free agency. Teams get rewarded for drafting and developing guys, and when a team has a ton of cap space, it usually means they've been bad for a while. That allows places like Buffalo and Green Bay the ability to compete with New York and LA. The two worst teams of the last decade play in New York, not because of market size, because of bad decisions. Meanwhile, Kansas City can draft well, keep its stars, and turn into a dynasty. In baseball, small market teams almost never get to keep their best players. A $300 million gap between the highest and lowest payrolls just shouldn't exist. Player freedom matters, and players should get paid. But a real salary cap and floor would force owners to spend and would be better for the sport long term. I totally agree with that. The NFL has gotten it right for the last 25 years. I mean, they just have been on it since the beginning. And that's the comparison we make all the time. It's the market size. The Dodgers do a lot of things right, but at the same time, you know what I don't want to hear? Them having unlimited resources, being able to pay for mistakes and just be like, we're so much better than everybody else because we're so smart. It's like, no, it's not because you're smart. It's because you have all this money. If all things were equal and everybody had the same type of budget, how much better would the Dodgers be? I mean, I tell you right now, the Tampa Bay Rays would be competing for a World Series every single year. They're already close to doing that. And it wouldn't be because of the money difference. It'd be because they're making good decisions. There'd be a lot of teams that are very incompetent that are in major cities that would be struggling to field the team. It shouldn't be about how much money you have. It should be about how good you are at making decisions and putting a team together. That's what makes a competitive league. Look, if you made all the things the same, relatively the same, you got to play by the same rules. And then some of the big market teams are winning, you would have nothing to complain about. It'd be like, all right, well, they know how to handle their money a lot better than other teams do. But until they get to that point, it's whoever wants to write the biggest check. And the thing is you're not going to hear that from MLB Network. You're going to hear that from some of the media partners at the national level because they like it the way that it is right now. And to me, again, this is another reason for a salary cap and a salary floor. You have to make the owners at the bottom spend more money, and you have to make sure that everybody has to build their roster with the same rules. This is not really a Los Angeles Dodgers problem. This is a Major League Baseball problem, and the Dodgers have the resources to exploit Major League Baseball's problems that they have in their rules of assembling a roster. And all they're going to do is right now in the near term, look at the tree and how big the tree is, how great the big tree is in front of them, the TV ratings of the World Series and the playoffs, like Colin Cowherd said, oh, everything's great. But unfortunately, it's the last tree because there's no forest behind it. And for the people that took a step back and saw that there's nothing behind this big tree, you're going to understand that it's going to hurt baseball in the long run if they continue down this path because you're not going to get people to watch your sport. I applaud teams like the Padres that spend money and bring free agents here and all that stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, all their deals look good right now. Do they not? Shoot, everybody's going to be making $40 to $50 million by the time Manny Machado gets the $40 million. I can't believe, Bo Bichette's making 42. That's crazy. Kyle Tucker, as I said before, 45th in WAR this season, got $60 million. That is absurd. That is absurd. The whole point of the league is to be entertaining. And I'm telling you right now, it's not as entertaining as it probably used to be. And it's funny to me that Major League Baseball freaks out about, oh, nobody watches our sport, and then they don't understand why. You think college athletics is crazy? Major League Baseball and college football are like the same sport right now. They're literally like the same sport right now. You look at teams like the Marlins and teams that are in the small markets that can't spend as much. And I mentioned what that tweet said about the NFL. In the NFL, you can keep these guys because you have the resources to do it. You could draft. It immediately impacts the team. You could flip organizations around, and you don't get outbid by everybody as soon as your guys that you drafted become free agents, and now all of a sudden you can't afford them anymore. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like watching Group of 5 teams try to develop high school players. The only difference is in college, everybody's on a 1-year deal. If they didn't have the pre-arb and arb years, how much more of a separation would there be in Major League Baseball? At least in baseball right now, you can keep a guy for 6 years first. Just wait for when they eliminate that. And you only get a player for 3 years. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you better sign this guy to a deal now, or he'll hold out for free agency. And then he ain't coming back because you don't have the money to spend for this guy. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We're going to talk more about what the Kyle Tucker signing means for Major League Baseball, what it means for the teams that missed out on Kyle Tucker. The other big news that happened today, Bo Bichette becomes a New York Met. Lots of baseball to talk about today on the Braden Surprenant Show. Steady goes from Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Talking about the overall impact that this move has on Major League Baseball in the open a little bit, and where this is going for Major League Baseball, where this is going for fans of Major League Baseball. You know, to me with this deal, you know, we're talking about the Kyle Tucker deal from last night. Kyle Tucker signs with the Dodgers. Guy gets $60 million a year. 4 years, $240 million. He was the consensus top free agent on the market. We talked about it from an MLB standpoint. Again, this is just, they're sprinting towards labor negotiations being a little hostile with the salary cap.
They're sprinting?
Sprinting towards it.
They're strapping rocket ships to their backs. I mean, they're going full speed and then some to a lockout.
Well, at least two hostile negotiations. I mean, they're apparently meeting in May for the first time, so that should be fun. I'm sure we're going to get something out of that. The thing that doesn't work out for the Players Association is now the court of public opinion is probably not on their side on them crying poverty about their players not getting paid enough. When you got a guy that was 45th in WAR getting $60 million. Here's a couple other stats for you. As on some tweets, Mark Bowman, who covers the Braves for MLB.com. Here's what you need to know about Kyle Tucker getting $60 million a year. Kyle Tucker has never had a 6+ WAR, and he hasn't had a 5+ WAR season either of the past 2 years. He's had just 2 seasons with a 900+ OPS, and just one of those was a 920+ OPS. And he gets the second highest AAV. It's about when you hit the market, and, of course, whether LA wants you. That was from Mark Bowman. Jim Medalinsky. Kyle Tucker has never hit more than 30 home runs in a season. He's never hit 300. He's consistently between a 5.5 and a 4.5 WAR player, and now he's getting $60 million. Unreal. See, this is the problem with the landscape. I thought for a second that, you know, Shohei Ohtani was going to set the market at $70 million. Not continue to increase salaries for players in which that they're making way more than what they are worth. But I guess you're worth what somebody's willing to pay. That's the other problem that the Dodgers are doing. I mean, they're just building up the market for certain players. And it just inflates the market even more. I mean, if Kyle Tucker doesn't sign the $60 million a year contract last night, does Bo Bichette get $42 million a year?
No
way. First of all, Kyle Tucker is a massive overpay already. It's already a massive overpay. Like, I said this because it was the Blue Jays and the Mets and the Dodgers. And I said last night, not to Frank, but I did say it to some of my friends. If the Mets signed Kyle Tucker for let's just say the Dodgers deal, even though their offer was relatively similar. If the Mets signed Tucker for 4 years, $240, it would be a disaster of a signing. $60 million for Kyle Tucker, that would be a disaster for the Mets. And now the Dodgers sign him and it doesn't matter. Like, if Kyle Tucker sucks, it doesn't hurt the Dodgers. They'll just buy their way out of the problem. If Kyle Tucker got that deal with somebody else and he sucked, that's a massive problem that just cripples your organization for years. This is what we talk about as like it's different. I'm telling you right now, the Padres deals that they have are steals with guys like Fernando Tatis Jr. Jackson Merrill, you kidding me? You kidding me? His deal? I go back to what Jackson Merrill said. How much do you actually need? Seriously.
Be a $90 million a year player by the time he hit free agency after arbitration at this rate.
Kyle Tucker can opt out after year 2. In what world is he opting out getting more money? I don't understand.
If he opts out, he's the dumbest human being
There's
alive.
no reason why he would ever opt out, and there's no reason why Bo Bichette would ever opt out. Why would those guys opt out? I said the same thing about Bregman. It didn't make sense for Bregman to opt out. You are getting $60 million a year. Kyle Tucker got 75. He got offered $75 million in a signing bonus. He ended up getting 64 from LA. He gets $64 million into his account as soon as he puts pen to paper. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I mean, this is a guy he's a good player. He was the best free agent on the market. He's not better than Aaron Judge. He's not better than probably 3 or 4 of the players that he has on his own team that he's getting paid more than. Is he better than Mookie Betts? It's not better than Mookie Betts.
That fan in the chat, Tucker needs to put up Bonds-like numbers in order to live up to that contract. You know who is putting up Bonds-like numbers? Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
And he's not even getting that much.
Not even coming close to that. Is Kyle Tucker better than Juan Soto?
No.
Not even close. Juan's getting 51 on the AAV. Now, Juan is getting 61.8 this year, but on his AAV, 51. Kyle Tucker with the deferments, the deferrals gets 57 on the AAV. You can't tell me he's better than Juan Soto.
Dodgers have $1.1 billion, rounded up a little bit, $1.1 billion in deferrals on their roster right now.
Oh, my God.
They have their deferral payments are the GDPs of most Western nations.
Is the signing bonus factored into this thing? Because, I'm on Fangraph's roster.
Mm-hmm.
On their definite 4 years, 240, can opt that out after 2027 or 2028. Deferrals lower the AAV. His AAV, Kyle Tucker's, is $57.1 million. It says in 2026 he's getting $76 million. And then 2027 he's getting $76 million. And then 2028 he's getting $44 million. And then in 2029 he's getting $44 million. Oh my God. No, I mean, no wonder they have the opt-outs. I mean, he potentially get more. He's going to get 76 up front. How much were the deferrals for the first 2 years?
30 million, I think it was.
30 million deferred total, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how they split it. I just assume that they split it up evenly.
He probably does the deferrals in those first 2 years. He's getting $76 million in the first 2 years. That is crazy for a player like Kyle Tucker. And again, the Dodgers are paying more money on their payroll, long term, than I think the Cincinnati Reds owner is worth. I saw that last night. I don't know if it's true, but I believe it. I believe that it might be true.
And to go back to, some of you guys saw my frustration when you said it about Colin Cowherd, his comments on, no one was complaining in New York about when the Yankees did it. The Yankees were never this egregious about it. As much as I hate that organization, in the early 2000s, when they were snapping up every player, it seemed like every single player, they weren't this egregious about it. They snapped up a lot of good players, but they also missed a lot of good players. The Dodgers at this point are just throwing out money to every single top free agent, and every single one is going there. Like I said to you last night, it is the NBA mentality. There are no rivalries. Everybody's friends. Everyone wants the easiest path to a World Series. Super teams are okay. It's the big three era in the NBA coming to Major League Baseball. And they have and the Dodgers, of course, go good for them. They're the ones that the wheel landed on.
And what has happened?
They're the ones that are benefiting.
What has happened to the NBA?
It is plummeted in ratings.
Yeah, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. Talk to me when you get to the finals. Talk to me when you get to the playoffs. It's whatever. We know the teams are going to win. There's load management. Most of those guys don't even try to play.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wait for that to start happening in baseball. I mean, when you're making $70 million, $57 million, $60 million, when you're making that kind of money, what motivates you to get out of bed in the morning when it's guaranteed? Seriously. It's all right. Yeah, I'm going to take the day off. That's the other thing, too. The Dodgers could probably have all these guys take days off because they can just cruise to the finish line.
Can every team in the NBA sign a star? Can they?
They can. They have the
No, I understand. They have supermax contracts.
They have the supermax, and they have a better system than Major League Baseball does. The NHL probably has the best system. The NFL's got a good system too. What I love about the NFL system is the money's not guaranteed. That gets you got guys battling out there to try to make a living. You know, guaranteed money in baseball. I always said it. You either get a highly competitive, entertaining league, or you get a league that the players get as much as they can. You either get a players league that's all about the players, which people love. People love that stuff because they think they're sticking it to the man with like, oh, it's great for these guys. Get all this money. You either have a league like that, and it's not competitive, it's not fun to watch, or you get the league where it's not as great for players, but it's highly competitive and people watch it. There's two drastic notions. It's the NFL and it's Major League Baseball. Those are the two furthest stretches. The NFL, it sucks to be a player in the NFL. Money's not guaranteed. You're killing your body. Like, it's a violent war sport. Like, it's a sport that's like taking years off your life. But I tell you what, people love it. It's entertaining. They're making a ton of money. And then you have Major League Baseball, which is not a gruesome sport. It's fatigue over the long. It's a marathon sport. Okay, it's a long season. Not saying it's easy. It's very difficult to do. But that's the league that's, it's casual. It's fun. All the players are making tons of money. It's great. But they're slowly, like Frank said, going down the path of people are going to lose interest in watching based on this. I'm just glad the Padres are one of the teams that spends money and fills out a roster and makes it a fun place to be at games. Because it could be worse. You could be on 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh right now. They have no hope. They're like, oh, I guess we can go watch every fifth day with Paul Skeens pitches. At least we got a fun team to watch. Bat fan number one. Can't wait for the Netflix documentary on the death of baseball. I just saw this pop up on social media. I totally forgot about this. Do you remember what Major League do you remember what the Padres Aaron Judge stuff was about? Remember like what his offer was?
It was like $500 million.
Padres were preparing an offer to Judge that would have reached or exceeded $400 million over a whopping 14-year deal. Do you remember what Major League Baseball said about that?
Can't do it.
I'll tell you when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through The Fan. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Braden Surprenant, Frank Marchese, we're the Braden Surprenant Show, live and locally each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We're talking about this deal from last night. Kyle Tucker gets $240 million over 4 years. Guy's getting $60 million a year. Yeah, Manny looks cheap now. Yeah, everybody on the Padres looks really cheap right now. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. We'll get your comments on this deal here in a second. Richard and Hillcrest, Craig and Benita will get to you in just a little bit. I went to break talking about, remember the Padres? Now, this pertains more to the Mets signing today. Like the Mets signed Bo Bichette today and gave him $42 a year, which is crazy. That's a massive overpay after the Dodgers really massively overpaid Kyle Tucker. And that was like what the Padres did when they signed Xander Bogaerts. Like things were hot. They were close to winning a World Series. They felt they wanted to make a splash. They offered Trey Turner, couldn't get a deal. Offered, Aaron Judge missed out, ended up pivoting to Bo Bichette, right? And I remember, like, it's funny. This just popped up on my feed on social media. A clip from, or a little excerpt from the article that was written about the Padres in potentially signing Aaron Judge. Padres were preparing an offer to Judge that would have reached or exceeded $400 million over a whopping 14-year term. However, John Heyman further hears Major League Baseball would have been prepared to veto such an arrangement if the sides had agreed upon it. Of course, it proved to be a moot point once Judge decided he wanted to return to the only organization he's ever known. They would have stepped in because of probably like the debt ratio that the Padres were in. And again, it further proves that not everybody can do this. If you are a Dodgers fan and you believe, or just a fan in general, and you believe every team can do what this team is doing, I'm telling you, you don't know how to do math. Teams can't spend more than they make in revenue, which is before profit. Revenue is the money that they bring in before they have all these expenses. You know what you can't do? You can't spend money you don't have. I know we sit there and we look and like, oh, well, they're super rich. They should just be giving away all their money. You know how people get super rich? By not giving away their money. That's how owners got rich. That's how rich people got rich. They don't just give it away or light it on fire. which is what a lot of teams would be doing if they were spending money that they did not have. Now, here's something very interesting. Alden Gonzalez, who writes for ESPN.com, he covers Major League Baseball for ESPN, had a whole article today. He's based on the West Coast. We've seen him at Padre games. He'll be in the press box every once in a while. Alden Gonzalez had a full article on this on the signing yesterday. In the article, this is a very telling part of where we're at in Major League Baseball and why you need to have a salary cap and a salary floor. In the article, he reports ESPN's Kylie McDaniel projected an 11-year, $418 million contract for Kyle Tucker, but states that Kyle Tucker's market was limited. In the end, seemingly, only the Blue Jays were willing to go long-term, and sources throughout the industry were skeptical that Tucker wanted to play in Toronto. The Mets offered a deal in the $50 million a year range, sources told ESPN, but many were skeptical he wanted to play in New York. This is the part that really has the kicker. Los Angeles, where Tucker can play on a contender without having to carry a franchise, ultimately became the ideal landing spot, the continuation of a theme. That is what we're talking about. In Major League Baseball, the way things are structured gives the players the power to be able to get paid like a star and play on the best team. Where in other sports, if you want to get paid like a star, it's going to be all over the place, or you're not going to have a lot of stars around you because teams are limited on the amount of stars they can have on the team. In Major League Baseball, a team like the Dodgers can buy all the stars, and you can be surrounded by stars. For Kyle Tucker, it's a no-brainer. Why would I want to live in Canada if I don't want to live in Toronto? Why would I want to go up there and have to go through customs every single time I go on a road trip? That's the biggest hurdle that Toronto has to do every single time that they sign somebody. For those reasons. Why do I want to play in New York? If I play in New York, I have to be the guy. I have to be the guy everybody talks about. I'm getting paid the most. I don't want to get paid the most and then have to answer to anybody. I want to get paid the most and then play with all the other stars and be on a really good team. And then when we lose, guess who doesn't have to talk to the media? Kyle Tucker. If the Dodgers lose next season, are they going to Kyle Tucker's locker, even though he's the highest paid player on the team? Are they going to Kyle Tucker's locker? No. Where are they going to the clubhouse? They're going to Mookie Betts, they're going to Freddie Freeman, they're going to Shohei Ohtani. They would go to Clayton Kershaw. He's retired now. But this is what we're talking about. In Major League Baseball, here's the reason why the players don't really want a salary cap or a salary floor. If you put in a salary cap and a salary floor, the top of the stars are still going to get paid what they get paid. The problem is they want to get paid all that money and then be surrounded by talent and win. You see that in the NFL. Joe Burrow, with a salary cap, is a star that's getting paid like a star. And the Bengals are paying him a ton of money. But what the problem is, one, he's got to be in Cincinnati. Can't play in a major market, right? He's playing in Cincinnati. And number two, he's taking all the money, which means his offensive line sucks and he's getting his ass kicked because they didn't have money to pay for anybody else. So I'm talking about, like, this is the difference. This is why I keep trying to tell you, like, this is the balance act. Players don't want a salary cap, not because they think they're not going to get paid money. They're going to get paid enormous amounts of money. It's because they want to get paid like a star and then play on a team with a bunch of stars. Kind of like the NBA. If the NBA had the rules like Major League Baseball, guess what? The Los Angeles Lakers would be the dream team. But they can't be the dream team right now because they're paying too much money to other playing LeBron. Other players on that team. They can't go out and make all these massive deals. It's pretty close. They got Luka, right? They got Luka and LeBron. Guess what? If LeBron had his way in LA, they would be constantly moving through guys all the time. I'm just telling you. This is what makes it hard to watch Major League Baseball on the sense with the Kyle Tucker news. Kyle Tucker took the easiest path possible to a World Series and getting his money. And that's what every player wants to do. And then they sell it as like, hey, we're really fighting for the guys at the bottom. No, you're not. You want to get paid like a star. You want to be on a loaded team with a bunch of stars. And right now you can do that. And you know, with the salary cap or salary floor, that goes out the window. And you know what? Why wouldn't you if you're a player? Wouldn't you want that as a player, Frank? Wouldn't you want to get paid the most in baseball and then get surrounded by a bunch of players that also get paid the most in baseball, and you go to work and it's easy every day? Wouldn't you want that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting paid to do all the star things and not have to do all the star things. That'd be ideal. Like I said, I want to get paid $80 million to not be here.
I think everybody does.
It's just so ridiculous. And as we talked about, as we kind of alluded to, the Mets signing of Bo Bichette, I have my own feelings on that. I'm not happy with it. I don't like it. I think that the Mets have things that they could have spent their money on that was better. And from what I just saw from Bob Nightingale, the Phillies have reunited with JT Realmuto. Go figure.
3 years, 45.
3 years, 45. So, I mean, that's the market is out of control. This is, like I said, they're strapping a rocket ship to their back on their way to a lockout. I don't see how this is going to get resolved, or at least start to get resolved in May. This is going to take a while. This is going to take some time. And Major League Baseball, with all of the public losses that they have taken, this is really the first public loss, impactful public loss that the Players Association has taken. You have gone so far in one direction that now the Players Association is starting to look like the bad guy. Now they are losing in the court of public opinion. And that is a bad place for them to be, and it's only going to get worse.
My thing with this, and again, I'm not pro owner, I'm not pro player. I am pro what makes the league the most competitive, because that's what I want to watch as a consumer of the league. I watch leagues that are fun and competitive. The NFL is king for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I have no team in the NFL. I watch it every Sunday. I watch it every weekend in the playoffs. I am locked into every game. College football is starting to balance itself out. At least I have a team with that. But Major League Baseball and college football are the two entities that really need to start figuring out what they got. Because people get tired of seeing the small market teams be minor league affiliates of the big market teams in baseball, and they're tied to the group of 6 schools pumping all the talent to the Power 4 schools. If they're all going to be in the same league, they all got to play by the same rules. That's the entire point of professional sports.
And if you want entertainment, if entertainment is your goal, you need everyone to be as competitive as possible, not just 2 or 3 teams, because 2 or 3 teams is not entertaining. When anyone can win any given year, that is entertainment. So by letting the Dodgers go off and do this, or letting any team go off and do this, is the antithesis of what you need to be doing.
MLB does need a universal TV deal. That's what helps the National Football League. There's a lot of things that need to be locked in. Major League Baseball, this is a huge CBA coming up for Major League Baseball 2027. We'll continue the conversation top of the hour.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh,
Shot.
wow.
Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
God. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of we got here. How we playing?
I could just put it in my bag. Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. They can pick up that other one.
Cigar
I'm gonna
guy.
trade myself to their.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One.
Hey, bud.
Oh.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Just block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club.
Okay.
Ready. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle decides, no, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh.
Shot.
Wow.
Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
God. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of we got here. How we playing?
I could just put it in my bag. Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. They can pick up that other one.
Cigar guy.
Trade myself to their.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One.
Hey, bud.
Oh.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Just block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club.
Okay.
Ready. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle decides, no, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh.
Shot.
Wow.
Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
God. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of we got here. How we playing?
I could just put it in my bag. Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
August 97 to the fan appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with the crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. It's Major League Baseball, man. It just continues to just be crazy with some of the stuff, like I just it's the free agency for Major League Baseball is such a fool's errand for a lot of teams. But here's the thing. I compared it to the NFL on that tweet that we saw, and I totally agree. In the National Football League, you could draft, develop, and keep your talent. Because you have franchise tags, you have this, you have that, you have resources to do it. There's ways to get out of other contracts. Most of the deals are short. But in Major League Baseball, yeah, sure, you could draft and develop, but guess who's gone by the time they're developed? The guy who drafted and developed. Because you can't compete with them in the free agency. Free agency is a fool's errand for most teams in Major League Baseball. That is uncompetitive. You can't have a system to get players that only benefits one group, and that is the elite group of the league. And right now, there is the elite, and then there's the super elite. And right now, the Dodgers are part of the super elite, and they are by themselves. I mean, look at the Mets. The Mets offered pretty much the exact same deal as the Dodgers did. He still went to L.A.
$5 million a year less on average.
Yeah, still went to L.A.
with $12 million more in signing bonus.
We got people. I mean, here's the deal. Like, this is a deal that this is a signing from last night. This is a signing that 3 or 4 years ago, the only ones bitching about it are us here in San Diego, right? I can't believe they got better. This is like spending more money. How are we supposed to compete with them? And other teams are like, not our problem. Now it's everybody in baseball is commenting on this. Every fan, every beat writer. And they're going like, all right, well, let's just compare what the Dodgers are doing to what we can do. Let's look at Detroit. The Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers are in a massive city. They're a major market. The Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers, according to Forbes, made $320 million in revenue last year. Only 5 teams made less than the Tigers. 2 of whom played in AAA stadiums in 2025. The Dodgers, meanwhile, received $332 million annually just from their local TV contract. Because of the MSG/FanDuel mess, the Tigers don't even have a local TV contract at the moment. And as this tweet lays out from Tiggs Town on social media, I get that the Dodgers have the flexibility to spend, but when they have a guaranteed annual revenue stream just from local TV that is worth more than half a dozen teams make in total, we're going to have a very difficult time creating competitive balance. And in a fixed system that controls so much, you can't have this much disparity in finances between clubs. You cannot if you want a successful league. There's nothing wrong there. There's nothing out of that tweet that's incorrect. You want a league that every team's got a chance. Here are the rules. Use these rules to build your roster, and everybody's working with the same kind of money, and then you get to use the skill to be good, not the money is what makes you good. And that's what the argument is from most baseball fans right now after the signing of Kyle Tucker, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said in the first hour, congratulations to the Dodgers. The wheel of luck landed on you. Could have landed on anyone else, but it landed on you. And you guys also have a fan base that's moronic enough to embrace the hate the way that they have and just annoy everyone else and make us hate you even more. This is not sustainable. And as you said with the Tigers, what'd you say, $323 million is their revenue from their television deal per year?
Yeah.
That's over the luxury tax for Major League Baseball. They get a full roster worth of revenue just from their television deal.
Right. Which that television deal is crazy in its sense. That's crazy in its own sense. You know, Go Aztecs funny. Totally true. Dodger fans sit there and be like, just go get your own TV contract. Oh, okay, let's go ask the local news stations in town. All right, let's go knock on the door at KUSI.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have $1 billion laying around that you want to spend to air our games, and then you'll never be able to, and then you're gonna have to sell the advertising for it to make the money back up. Are you able to do that? Oh no, okay, all right. You're partnered with Fox 5. All right, let's ask Fox 5. Hey, Fox 5, you got $1 billion laying around? We're looking for a new TV contract for the Padres. Are you kidding me? All right, let's go down to Channel 10. Hey, let's knock on the door. Hey, Channel 10. Hey. You guys got $1 billion for us? Can you spend $1 billion for us to air our games, and then you make your money back by selling the advertising from all the major companies we have here in San Diego, this massive reach that we have in terms of ratings because of the market size? No. Start doing math, start talking about reality, and then you'll understand how these things work.
Okay. Just to put this into perspective, we're talking about the how much revenue that the Dodgers get from Sportsnet LA. The Mets and Yankees both own their own television companies. The Mets own SNY.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees own the S Network. The Mets estimated revenue from SNY is $80 to $85 million a year. $80 to $85 million a year. The Yankees, the most recognizable brand in the world.
Tiffany and Company.
So important that the Knicks ripped the logo off. Only make $143 million off of the Yes Network. Less than half of what the Dodgers make. How do you compete with that? When two teams that own, when they took that idea, when they took that, well, just buy it, just get your own network, forehead. The Mets and Yankees did, and they're making less than half of what the Dodgers are making. How is that fair? How is that remotely competitive?
It just sounds like college football. This is everything you're saying. Just sounds like college football. How can we compete when Mark Cuban's just giving them a ton of money for no reason? Colin Cowherd keeps tweeting out nonsense about like the TV ratings.
Because he is nonsense.
He is nonsense. MLB playoff ratings in 2025 saw a significant surge, reaching their highest level since 2017, a 28% jump from the previous year, driven by a record 7 winner-take-all games, with Game 7 of the World Series drawing a massive 51 million combined viewers across U.S., Canada, and Japan. Well, I wonder why. Toronto and the Dodgers were in the World Series. They have all of Japan watching and all of Canada watching, on top of the United States now watching the game, not watching the World Series. Now it's like the dream scenario for them right now. Dream scenario ratings wise, just because here's the thing that crazes me on fan bases, on ratings. Ratings are driven by like the bigger the team that plays in the World Series or in the championship, the more ratings, the higher the ratings you get, because they have massive fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. It's not because the team is boring to watch. It's because they have this giant fan base. First comment: every ratings book was up in 2025 due to changing of the grading. It's true. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. Richard and Hillcrest been waiting on hold for a long time. Richard, thank you for your patience, man. We appreciate you hanging on. What do you got for us today?
Thank you so much for taking my call, first of all. Your conversation this morning is spot on, 110% from both of you guys. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. This guy is an injury-prone player, first of all. Hasn't really been consistent, and you're paying him $60 million a year. Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. But, the Dodgers have a history of being forerunners in baseball. Remember, they moved to the West Coast with the Giants. They had their first Negro player in baseball, and now they're going to pretty much price baseball out of existence if it keeps going this way. And I love baseball. 50-plus years watching it and playing it, and I always will, the game itself. But as far as watching these teams spend this kind of money, it's sickening. It really is, dude.
Yeah, it makes the league not fun. I mean, it's just not fun at all. Dodger fans are just like, honestly, if this was my team, I'd be bored. It'd be boring. It'd be like, all right, cool. Wake me in the playoffs when it's time to get ready for postseason play. Oh man, insane. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Let's get out to Craig and Benita. Craig, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show.
Hey, Braden, how's it going today?
Doing well, Craig. What do you got for us?
Well, I got a couple things from the other day real quick, but just a quick comment on what we've been talking about is I think we're out of control with the money, and that's just all I want to say. Between college and professional sports, we've just kind of come unhinged and just throwing lots of money around and doing stuff. So I just am a little disheartened by it, especially college sports. But the other day you mentioned clinics, and this is getting a little off topic. You are a coach at Cathedral High School, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said the value of it. And my question to you is, when I played sports, especially football growing up, I was never tested like, hey, can you kick? Hey, can you punt? It was just assumed I was a big guy, so I got to do that stuff. But do you ever hold tryouts for guys that you wouldn't think that would be a kicker or a punter that might really fit in your program on special teams? Because I think you focus on special teams, don't you?
That is correct. Yeah. Special teams coordinator at Cathedral. And Craig, appreciate the phone call. But so we actually had a soccer player try out week 6 this year. Week 5, week 6. Usually now most kids are very specialized in kicking. So most high schools have somebody there that just kicks, and he only wants to be on the team to be a kicker. We have a lot of that for long snappers as well, that just come in to be long snappers. This year, one of our kickers ended up, he got an injury to his lower back. He didn't realize what the full set of the injury was until the offseason. And then he told me, and I was like, I can't believe you made it through the entire year. That's kind of scary. So he got hurt. He was getting hurt and wasn't being able to, kick to the level that he wanted to. And we needed somebody to do that. And we actually called the soccer coach. And the soccer coach at Cathedral used to kick at the University of Miami back in the day. And he told one of the kids on the team that he thought, from his perspective, could be a field goal kicker, and said, I'm going to need you to kick some of these footballs on kickoffs and see how you feel. So he went out on Sunday of that week and kicked the football for the first time. And then he showed up on Monday at practice, and we tried him out, and he put almost every ball into the end zone off a kickoff, which was great, what we needed. First time ever kicking a football. And he had a great season for us. Carson Bernstein did a great job for us kicking as a kickoff guy, and then he ended up doing field goals. And, we had to throw him to the fire. That first week, he was at De La Salle. So he does the kicking on Monday. Coach Doyle goes, what do you think? And I go, hire him. Sounds good. And he goes, all right, cool. We'll see you at practice tomorrow. And can you be in San Francisco on Friday? Because we were playing at De La Salle. He's like, yeah, but I have soccer Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And Coach Doyle's like, we'll make it work. Put him on the plane. He came up with us his first game. And then the kicker that was kicking before that got hurt, he was still punting. He went through warmups and couldn't punt. And we were going to go with our quarterback, Brady Palmer. Brady Palmer punted the first ball, and then he ends up getting hurt in the game and gets knocked out of the game. So now Carson has to punt, which we didn't work on at all because he wasn't brought in to punt. And his first punt at De La Salle, the end zone, one of the end zones is where the student section is. It's an all-boys school next to an all-girls school. And so it's like all these rowdy kids. And we are punting out of our own end zone, which is in that end zone. So his heels are at the end line. And he's got a couple hundred high school kids screaming at him on his first ever punt against the team that's top 25 in the country. Going after him, and I'm like, oh god, just get it off. I felt like the Remember the scene from Rookie of the Year? Oh my God! Oh
Yes.
my God! Oh my
Yep.
God! Oh my God!
Mhm.
That was literally me on the sideline. Probably him. Probably his parents at the same time. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! He got it off. It was great. It was a great punt. So he's a senior. So he only got to play in the handful of games. Ended up going to the state championship game by signing up to play football. And I talked to his dad after the banquet, and he's like, Carson's sticking with it. So he's playing on the soccer team right now at Cathedral. And he's working on field goal cases to see if he can walk on somewhere. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
he can. Hopefully he can. The college coaches listening, got a kicker for you. Carson Bernstein, look him up. Get him to the next level. He's good enough to kick at the college level for sure. And we got a couple other kids. Bryce is the kid that's coming back next year. Aiden is a sophomore that we got that showed up as a transfer. He's I think, and I told him as the banquet, Aiden, one of our sophomores on the team, he's a very shy kid, very meticulous when it comes to kicking. He's a kid that can not only kick on Saturdays, I think he can kick on Sundays. That's how good of a kicker he's going to be. So, long story short, Craig, yeah, sometimes we do tryouts, sometimes we don't. Most of the time, we usually have a guy that's really good that shows up that just specializes in kicking. And a lot of these guys work with John Carney. Everybody remember John Carney? John Carney in town does a lot of kicking training. I know Nick Novak does a lot of kicking training in town as well for a lot of the high school kids. So it's pretty cool. They work with Novak or they work with Carney. There's a couple other kicking coaches in town. And we got some really good kickers here in San Diego. So long story short, get a little off topic from the Kyle Tucker stuff with that contract that signed yesterday. But there you go. There you have it, Frank. Sometimes you got to hold tryouts with the soccer team.
It's the most natural fit, you would think.
He the way he kicks, he fades away all the time, like a soccer
that's what
player.
You're so used to, yeah.
Which kind of affects. He doesn't have as much pop on his ball that way, but if he can dial in some of the technique of actually kicking a football, he'll be solid. He'll be solid. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. We're talking Padres baseball. We're talking MLB baseball. We're talking this Kyle Tucker signing, Bo Bichette. Lots of baseball talk today. In a little bit, we'll talk about the national championship set for Monday. And we will also, in the noon hour, start talking about the NFL and the NFL playoffs that we have this weekend. Lots to get to still on the Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego's Women's Sports Station, 97.3 The Fan. $11:24 on a Friday. It's good to be out on a Friday. It's a beautiful day today. It's going to be a beautiful weekend this weekend. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Just remember that all guests on 97 The Fan join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future, win charge of the crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We got a couple of minutes. What an overpay, by the way, by the New York Mets today. We could talk about, you know what? We could talk about, we can bitch mode and complain about the Kyle Tucker thing. Again, I think the Dodgers overpaid for Kyle Tucker. I don't think Kyle Tucker makes the team that much better than they already were. Even if, and everybody thinks it's going to happen anyway, even if they trade for Tarek Skubal at the deadline, it doesn't make them that much better than they already are. You only have 26 guys on the roster. I mean, they can hoard as 26 players. Aside from the Dodgers hoarding all the players and the structure of free agency and roster construction and Major League Baseball being a massive failure, the Dodgers didn't get that much better than they already are, Frank. Do you disagree with that before we talk about the Mets here in a second?
No, I also want to play an audio clip because I haven't heard this and I would like to hear it. It's Eric Kratz on Foul Territory today saying he believes that the Dodgers raising the tide of expectations can bring the best out of everyone else and says he thinks it helps the game. But
you can't spend money that you don't have.
We said it during the break is you're replacing if Blake Snell gets hurt, who are you replacing him with? Tarek Skubal. You're replacing an A-plus pitcher with an A-plus pitcher. So there comes a point where you hit your maximum potential, and if someone goes down, you're just replacing somebody of the same caliber. You don't get better with that. That's all it is. I mean, they've hit their zenith. They can't get better than they already are.
All right, let's play this clip, and then I'll let you bitch about the Mets.
Again, this is Eric Kratz on Foul Territory. They just posted this like 4 minutes ago.
I think it helps the game, and people are going to say, "No way, there's no chance." I think it helps the game because I've never seen in athletics, I'm talking competitive athletics, where somebody who's the best doesn't bring the best out in everybody else. So I feel like what the Dodgers are doing is they're raising the tide of what the expectation is. You want to beat the Dodgers. Had they not signed Tucker, they would have wanted to beat the Dodgers anyway. Had they not signed Tucker, there would have been still the Padres rivalry. You know, it it makes it grow even more. And I guess the whole like negative publicity is good publicity. Any publicity is good publicity. But to me, I think Kyle Tucker signing there has less to do with the fact that, he's a recluse, like he doesn't want to talk to people. There's stars all up and down this lineup that are going to take some of that stuff off of his plate. To me, I think he just wants to win. I think
so. Basically, he admitted what Alden Gonzalez's article was.
He wants to get paid like a star, and he wants an easy path to win. That's all he wants.
By the way,
that's his right, which is fine. Like, there's nothing against that. You can't I think a lot of us would probably take the same thing, but at the same time, it's not. You can't say it's good for the sport. The other thing too, like with Eric Kratz and all these people don't understand. Even if let's just believe for a second that what Eric Kratz is makes sense. Even if it raises the bar for everybody, and everybody spends like 90% of their revenue on players. First of all, most teams would go bankrupt almost immediately. But second of all, they'd still be hundreds of millions of dollars behind the Dodgers still. It's not the same. It's not the same. The Dodgers spending too much money and the bottom half teams not spending enough are not mutually exclusive. Okay? Both things could be a problem. They're both problems. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Pirates could have offered Kyle Tucker $1 billion. He probably still wouldn't have signed up to go there. Because he's like, I'm going to go here and get my ass kicked because they're not going to have any money to pay for anybody else. This is what we're talking about. This gets eliminated with the salary cap. Players want to get paid like a star and be surrounded by stars. That's what they want to do. It doesn't make for a competitive league. It makes for a fun league for the players. That's basically all it does. Makes a great league for the players. It doesn't make a fun league for the fans. It doesn't. And if you got picked to be the team, it's great for you. You're excited about it. And you don't want to change any of the rules because it's great. As Eric Kratz said, like, beating the Dodgers. Everybody's going to beat the Dodgers in the regular season. Nobody cares. That means nothing. What did the Brewers do against the Dodgers in the regular season?
Walk the dog on them.
They swept them twice. Mm-hmm. They went 7-0. What did they do against them in the playoffs?
The Angels swept them twice.
Exactly. It doesn't mean anything. Who cares? Nobody's hanging banners in Milwaukee. We swept the Dodgers in the regular season. You think Anaheim right now has got banners up? We swept LA in the regular season. Come on. Sammy missed that. We talked about that already. The Padres, if they wanted to sign Judge, MLB was going to veto it. Why aren't we vetoing any of these moves? Stupid.
Well, because now it helps Major League Baseball's case for a salary cap and floor.
It's helping the owners out with that for sure.
Exactly.
100%.
Now you're just going to let the absurdity happen now.
What a joke. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. Ron in La Mesa. You're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Ron?
Hey, happy Friday, guys. Hey, the whole thing about this, Braden, is it's a two-way street. The owners don't have to pay that, but they are. And in my conspiracy-laden mind, they're doing it just for what you just said. They're going to have a work stoppage, and I'm going to be pissed because I'm not going to have a job in 2027 while these prima donnas try to figure out that they need to include the fans. Remember the last time there was a lockout? How long did it take them before it came back? Quite a while. The thing that upsets me most is nobody's talking about what a salary cap and a floor cap will do. All those young players, instead of being, given $90,000 a year to work their asses off, they're going to be brought up. Baseball, they're teetering here, and I'm really afraid where it's going to end up, Braden. And I think it's both of them. And unfortunately, the players, they're going to have to come around and see that, hey, we got our money now. We'll just, maybe we'll take a salary cap. And then they got to figure out what the hell they're going to do after that. Boys, have a great weekend. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely, Ron. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
That is another thing that Ron does bring up, is that you're going to see a lot more players coming up younger, because if that is the case where you have a salary cap and a salary floor, you're going to have your stars spread out in more places. So you're going to need those teams that have like 5, 6 stars, superstars on the team. They're going to need to fill those spots somehow. And that's minor leaguers coming up. And that's minor leaguers playing and getting paid a little bit earlier because of it.
Right. The thing with the players always like the narrative is always like, we're sticking up for the younger players. We're sticking up for the younger players.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. It's the guys at the top control everything, just like every other industry. Like every industry ever created, everything. Every sport, every whatever industry, the top makes all the decisions for themselves, and then they use the bottom and the middle, and they play off their emotions to justify their actions.
Army Time 11 in the chat, 90 grand a year. That's there or thereabouts. It's like 90, it's between like 60 and 90 grand a year is what minor leaguers make before they have their roster, before they have their contract picked up by the major league team, before they go to the 40-man roster.
Yeah, I don't remember what that. They just fought for that.
Yeah, it's between 60 and 90 grand a year before they get their contract selected.
Yeah, they don't have it like that. They're improving it a little bit, but like at the same time, like I always go back to the whole you get paid what you're worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not selling tickets and you're not like creating television, just because you're a baseball player doesn't mean you deserve to get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, like in the minor leagues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because all these guys are like, it's funny. Like I just saw a podcast, and it was Trevon Boykin with TCU, and he was interviewing Ken Seals, like a little, TCU thing. And like Trevon was complaining about not getting paid when he was in college and all these expenses that he accrued and like people he had to take care of and all this other stuff that were based on decisions that he made. And he was like, well, I deserve to I don't have time to have a job because I'm playing football. It's like, well, you made the decision to play football, and you also made those other decisions in your life that led you to a point where now you have to pay all this money to people. Those are your decisions. And I feel like right now people see that athletes make a ton of money at the high level, and they just think, well, I'm good at this level, so I should get paid, not knowing why they get paid a ton of money in the first place. Professional athletes get paid a ton of money because it's entertaining and people want to watch and people consume the product. And if you're one of the best in the industry that gets paid a lot, you get paid a lot. That's how it works. Like the whole minor league thing always baffles me. It's like you got these kids that decided to go play minor league baseball instead of go to college, and they complain that they make like $50,000 a year.
Oops.
And it's not even a year. Like they get that for like 6 months of work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I got to travel in this bus and I got to do that. I'm like, you signed up to play baseball out of high school. I don't feel bad for you. Like this is the path you picked, and you got to work your way up. I find it's amazing when you get to these negotiations of like people, like the arrogance that certain people have at lower levels of what they deserve to get paid when they don't even realize why they're getting paid the money they're getting paid. It's baffling to me. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, get back to your phone calls. San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Broadcasting live at the Bill House Studios. We know how. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. What a group. Beautiful Friday it is outside. Beautiful Friday here in America's finest city. Again, we've talked about Kyle Tucker enough, I think. I wanted to let Frank bitch about the Mets. He brought up a clip from Eric Kratz. Then we went back to bitching about the Kyle Tucker trade or signing. Kyle Tucker doesn't make the Dodgers that much better than they already are. Okay? They're already that good. It's whatever. The deal that's frustrating about the Kyle Tucker signing from yesterday is the fact that it hurts everybody else in Major League Baseball. And here's the last thing I'm going to say about this entire, don't be mad at the Dodgers. Be mad at the teams that don't spend any money. based on what Kyle Tucker picked the Dodgers for over the other teams that gave the same offer money-wise, it's never going to matter how much money these other teams spend. And asking them to spend more money than they make and spend money that they don't have is also a crazy ask anyway. But if players are going to continue to get star contracts from teams that are already loaded and good, they are always going to sign with those teams. Always. If the Dodgers and the Marlins offered the exact same contract to a player, where do you think the player is going to go?
Going to the Dodgers.
They're going to the Dodgers. It's always. So, like, you could say, like, these teams are not spending money. If the Pirates, because remember, there's not a lot of teams that are going to offer star contracts to players or overpay because it's a fool's errand. How many Padres fans bitch, moan, and complain about Xander Bogaerts being on their team and how much money he's costing them? How many? Almost every single one.
That contract's looking pretty good now, isn't it?
$25 million a year. People are freaking out. Why would we sign this long-term deal? This guy's crippling our organization, all this other stuff, right? We, of course, at the Braden Surprenant Show, are big Xander Bogaerts stance, and we will defend him every single year. Need to get that disclaimer out there. But you look at that from that perspective of the big signings. These big contracts never work out in the long term. And so teams are getting wise to that. And they're like, why are we going to do this? And so the Dodgers get to just keep like just throwing money. So again, when you compare the two, now there was not a lot of teams in on Kyle Tucker because of a long-term deal that nobody wanted to spend. Because giving Kyle Tucker a 10-year contract or 7 and 8 year contract at where he's at age-wise and what he has done production-wise, it wouldn't make any sense. It'd be a massive overpay to try to get this guy on their team. That limited the field to the Mets, the Blue Jays, and the Dodgers, and he picked a place that had a more loaded roster. The Mets offered him $75 million up front in a signing bonus and 4 years, $220. The Dodgers offered 4 years, $240 and $68 million as a signing bonus up front. It's relatively the same contract. So you can't tell me that every team can do this. The Mets tried, and they still said, you know what? I got to answer the media over there. I got to be one of the guys over there. Dodgers are more lined up for success. I'm signing with the Dodgers. It's ridiculous. Now, if you have a salary cap, guess who can't do this? Teams that already have their stars on their team because they would have already invested the money. Now, Kyle Tucker gets offered a deal by the Pirates. He gets offered a deal by the Marlins. Even throwing a good team like the Chicago Cubs. Those three teams need a star. We're using this as a hypothetical. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, well, I'm going to pick the place where I could be in a spot that's going to win. So then he picks the Cubs. And then the next year is a star, free agent. Now, Cubs can't spend another contract on a star player. They've already used their star player contract. This is why they have designated players in soccer, right, Frank? So they have designated players in the MLS. So now the Cubs are out, but now it's the Pirates and the Marlins that are looking for a star. And so now with the salary cap and a salary floor, new free agent pops up. Let's just say it's Bo Bichette just for fun because he signed today with the Mets. And he gets to pick between the teams that offered him, which is the Pirates or the Marlins. Now they both suck. So where's he going to go? Well, Florida. Now there's incentives to move forward. Maybe Miami pays a little bit more. I go for the money. Or sorry, maybe Pittsburgh pays a little bit more, so I go to Pittsburgh. Maybe I care about taxes and I go to Miami. Maybe I want to live in Miami. And so now Miami gets to decide they get Bo Bichette. And now you got the next year. And it's like it's a couple other teams and they don't have stars yet or their stars retired or whatever. That's how the salary cap and the salary floor works. You can't do that in this current status of baseball, not when there's no cap for the team that's already loaded that can go buy every single player. And by the way, Kyle Tucker could suck the next 4 years and be the worst player in baseball, and it's not going to hurt the Dodgers because they'll just write him a check to go away. Other teams can't do that. This is what we're talking about on the salary cap, salary floor. This is why any person that says anybody can do this is so ill-informed about how contracts work and how leagues work. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Kevin in Chula Vista wants to weigh in. Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, happy Friday to you and Frank, and thanks again to both of you for shining a light on, is this a subject I've talked about for a long time, much to the ad nauseum and chagrin of many, but it just hits at the heart and soul of what the problems are of baseball. That started way back when the regional sports networks led by Bally were basically built upon a fraud. And baseball, if you go back and do the research, it's all over the internet, knew this. They opposed a lot of the RSNs, but what they didn't do, they didn't go far enough. And there should have been warning labels all over the place, in my opinion, that these things were basically a house of cards that were ready to collapse. Well, it did. And it not only impacted the Padres, and the latest figures from Kyle Glazer is $80 million a year hole that's been blown into the budgets. There's like half the Major League Baseball fell into this trap. So in a sense, Braden, in my opinion, go back, and I got to also point the finger at the league executives, the commissioner's office included, that sat by and watched this whole house of cards collapse. Now we're at the point to where they're laying back and waiting for the CBA. Well, what do you think that's going to look like after all that mess happens? So I don't know where they're going to go with this, but the revenue disparities, whether you have a floor, ceiling, or both, is got to be dealt with. And it's all predicated on the television money. And you know damn well that behind the scenes, the commissioner's office and all the execs, the TV execs, they're curing for the Dodgers because of, as you said, very salient point. You look at the attraction, Japan, and then you had the rest of the United States. You had Toronto representing Canada. Previous year, it was the New York Yankees and the Dodgers. That's what they want. That's what they want. At the end of the day, they're not rooting for the Padres. They're not rooting for the Arizona Diamondbacks to face Texas. And so they let this stuff go. And to a certain extent, I think they did it on purpose, and they've done it on purpose because there's no other explanation for the stupidity that's come out of the executive suites at Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's hard to, Kevin, when you're making a ton of money. You're crying in your dollars like Woody Harrelson in Zombieland. Guy's $100 bills, wiping his tears. Oh, that's a shame. What a shame. Kevin's right on a lot of that stuff. Here's the rumors that we have been told or I've heard around. It's not just the salary cap at the salary floor. Major League Baseball is trying to harness and centralize a TV contract with all the teams. Because as Kevin said, the regional sports networks add this disparity to the conversation. And all TV, this is the same. It's so funny to me. Like, we talk about college football the most out of any show. I think that's fair to say, right? I don't think any other show talks about college football, ever. We are so in line with college football. This is so parallel to college football right now. College football, what are they bragging about? The health status of the college football. Oh, TV ratings are through the roof. It's so great. The powers to be, the ones in charge. The SEC and the Big Ten, they get to make all the decisions. It's like the Los Angeles Dodgers. All these players are on one-year deals, and they get outbid. All the lower-level teams are getting outbid by the top teams in college football. And what is the conversation all the time? Huh? Oh, why don't you just go find some rich billionaire that's an alumni to write you checks? All right, yeah. Just like Dodger fans are like, go get your nice TV deal like we have. All right, yeah, let me get on that. Let me go start looking under stones here. See if I can find a TV deal that's kind of laying around. It leads to an uncompetitive league. I'm sure the ratings will be great for the World Series. But now you're just rooting for a couple of teams to make it that far. And if your sport is just based on 2 or 3 teams being able to make the championship and you're relying on that, it's not a great league. Baseball's got to fix a lot of problems here. They got to fix a lot of problems in this next CBA. And as Kevin mentioned, they have waited way too long to just wait to the CBA, Frank. I mean, they should have got ahead of this. And what does that sound like? Sounds like the NCAA.
Yeah.
Everything in this conversation we've had today, you can go back to college football. Those two entities are dealing with the exact same problems right now in sports.
Yeah, and again, it's as we mentioned the last couple segments here. There's no other recourse other than to just let it ride now, because now all you're doing is building a case for yourself in the court of public opinion. Now, after seeing and this is not just Padre fans here. This is not just Met fans. This is not just Blue Jays fans. There are Tigers fans, Rockies fans out there that are just as annoyed with this, if not more so than we are, that are sitting here going, how in the world are we allowing this to continue on down the path that it's going, that are now more on Major League Baseball's side today than they were yesterday? Because this is the way it's going. So now Major League Baseball is going to just straight up sit back and allow this to happen, to build up a case for themselves in the court of public opinion, and it's working. It is absolutely working. To deviate from this now and to try to put some clamps on this now would be the worst thing baseball could do. Just let it ride, because now you have people from all over the country, all over the sport, clamoring for what you want because of what the Dodgers are doing. That's the worst thing they could do, is to put the clamps on this.
Yeah, I just, to me, with the Major League Baseball sense of this entire deal, this is, because everybody goes back to the whole, like, well, you're just complaining because you're the Padres. I don't care what team it is. We'd be saying this if this is the Yankees. Would we not?
If it was the White Sox, it'd be the same conversation.
If this is the Marlins, I'd be like, you know what? Good for them. And then after a year, I'd be like, all right, I'm done with the Marlins. It'd be like anybody. It's like when people complain about Ohio State in college football. Speaking of football, we got some NFL stuff we're going to get to. Big playoff weekend. Football hour when we come back.
Go ball! Go ball! Oh, off the wall! Hit the weight room!
Hughes bat, it has a new bat.
Oh, he's got
and
one.
Nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
We got on top of it.
Go,
go, go, go, go!
Oh, ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand.
Down!
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Oh.
Easy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry?
You hanging out with his sister too much that he gets hurt?
Okay,
He goes to get placed in the
now
IL?
Now that the mics come on, you want to say
I'm just saying, dude.
crazy.
Hey, man. He goes to the IL. All of a sudden, you would hang out with his sister. He goes to the IL.
I guess I have a noodle. A large.
Hey, good job,
soft,
Sam.
Wet.
God. Sorry, batting last.
Coming.
Down! Wow.
That was a hose.
Stay down. Good. Please catch it. Nice.
Drink Mountain Valley, baby.
I don't know. He is wearing a Panthers
Oh,
hat.
that's a good one.
What a team guy. I like
You know
Matt.
what? Cam Newton.
Selfish. I like Jalen Hurts more. I like Cam Newton. I'll go Jalen
Something
Hurts.
about Flacco, though.
That's why you're batting last.
Something about Flacco, I trust. This gets me going.
Look at that
Oh, look at
PFP.
the PFPs by 1.
It's like it's everything that I
Oh,
want.
good oppo shot.
Nicky,
Oh, Nicky! That away, Nicky! Come on, Ethan! Go, Ethan! Why are you stopping?
Braden running.
This is why we can't win a ball game. We have no awareness on the pass. Like it's just.
Why did he stop?
I expect better from you.
I didn't want to pass him.
What a team guy. Joel's such a team guy compared
reminds
to
me of Cam
Matt,
Newton
who's
refusing
not
to
a
jump on
not a
that
team
fourth
guy. Go ball! Go ball! Oh, off the wall! Hit the weight room.
Hughes bat, it has a new bat.
Oh, he's got
and
one.
nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
We got on top of it.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand.
Ah. Down.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Easy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm sorry?
You hanging out with his sister too much that he gets hurt?
Okay,
He goes to get placed in
now
the
that
IL?
now that the mics come on, you want to say that
I'm just
story?
saying,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Hey, man. He goes to the IL. All of a sudden, you would hang out with his sister. He goes to the IL.
I guess I have a noodle. A large.
Hey, good job,
soft,
Sam.
Wet.
God. Sorry, batting last.
Coming.
Down! Wow.
That was a hose.
Stay down. Good. Please catch it. Nice.
Drink Mountain Valley, baby.
I don't know. He is wearing a Panthers
Oh,
hat.
that's a good one.
What a team guy. Unlike
You know
Matt.
what? Cam Newton.
Selfish. I like Jalen Hurts more. I like Cam Newton. I'll go Jalen
Something
Hurts.
about Flacco, though.
That's why you're batting last.
Something about Flacco, I trust. This gets me going.
Look at that
Oh, look at
PFP.
the PFPs by one.
It's like it's everything that I
Oh,
want.
good oppo shot.
Nicky,
Oh, Nicky! That away, Nicky! Come on, Ethan! Go, Ethan! Why are you stopping?
Braden running.
This is why we can't win a ball game. We have no awareness on the pass. Like it's just.
Why did he
I
stop?
expect better from
Everyone
you.
else remember when he's 20 minutes? I didn't want to pass him.
What a team guy. Joel's such a team guy compared
reminds
to
me of Cam
Matt,
Newton
who's
refusing
not
to
a
jump on
not a
that
team
fourth
guy.
and-
Go ball! Go ball! Oh, off the wall! Hit the weight room.
Hughes bat, it has a new bat.
Oh, he's got
and
one.
nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
We got on top of it.
Go,
Go, go, go, go, go!
Oh, ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand.
Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
Nearless time hour on 97.3 The Fan. We were broadcasting live for the Bill Howe Studios here in beautiful San Diego. Bill Howe, we know how. All guests on 97.3 The Fan join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with the crimes since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Do we have tickets to give away for the Aztecs?
No, that just means I haven't updated the time.
Come on. We got the biggest fan coming up at 1.
I was busy last night. I'm sorry.
Nice. Busy, huh?
No, not that kind of busy.
Ah, boo.
Trust me, I would have told you already if I was that kind of busy
That's
last
true.
night.
No glider port for Frank.
No glider port.
You know what? Instead of doing the have you been to the Kraft Taco bit, it's going to be the you been to the glider port yet?
You may as well just ask, have you gotten a date yet at that point? Like if we're going to...
Yeah, we like to do bits and context clues here. You know, we have some inside jokes. People
No,
slowly
the
start
answer
to
is
catch
no.
on. The answer is no. No glider port for Frank then, huh?
Oh.
It's all right, buddy. It's a beautiful weekend.
No.
Sounds like he's got to go back to PB.
I know.
We'll get you hooked up with Will and Sam, buddy.
I don't want to date a guy.
No. They'll help you out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Sam's going to be in Denver. So
yeah, no, we can't.
Forget that. Remember to listen at 1 o'clock for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a future Padres game with all the fan staff. Register your name at 97thethefantd.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called.
I'm sorry with how rude that might have sounded.
That was very rude. You're very
Because
standoffish there.
I just joked about it last night with a friend who said, "Yeah, no, I'm not. No, we're not dating. We're not doing anything like that." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I never would have asked you, but now that you just kind of rejected it outright like that, I'm kind of hurt now." So, Will, Sam, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you should.
That.
They were going to help you out. Now they're saying, yeah, take the foul.
I'll take the foul on that.
That's a foul. Sam's going to the game in Denver this weekend.
I bought the tickets while we were walking, trying to find the place we were going to watch the Niners Eagles game.
I'm gonna call it Sam for a second. So Sam, he's been on me today, but when are you gonna talk about the Bills? And I'm like, relax. We had a lot of stuff in baseball yesterday that we got to get to. So Sam yesterday or over the weekend. Oh, you have a typo on the show?
I do. I know.
He draws the foul.
What AI knew was going to happen?
No, what was supposed to be we all. I missed an L.
Yeah, you did.
You're gonna see, guys. You're gonna see that. Like I go through little things that I do, like the constant mistakes I make. Like you'll probably see at some point, instead of spelling gonna properly, I'm going to swap the O and the N. Like that's probably going to happen at some point. Like that's my new common mistake is swapping letters around.
It's kind of appropriate though. AI does know all.
There you go. It'll be fixed for the podcast. It won't be fixed for this.
You can't go back and fix that, can you? Oh, I guess you can. You could do it on. You have to do it on YouTube though. Actually,
can I do it just for
you
the edit?
You can't do it for Facebook, but you could do it for the. Yeah, you could do it for. I'm doing it right now. Just go in and correct them all. I'll do it real quick.
You're cool.
Yeah, that's sick. Save changes. Bang.
See, look at this guy.
Oh, it's because it's like still listed as like scheduled for later.
Great.
You can't. All right. Well, you're SOL then. Nikki P says you're still doing great.
I see that. Thank you, Nick.
All right. So Sam buys
what Big Chop SD? Really? Come on. That's a little harsh.
That's pretty funny. All right. So proofreader, what am I, a teacher? Go Aztecs. Start docking points. So we go out to the Bills watch party on Sunday. All week, Sam keeps talking about he's going to Denver if the Bills win, because everybody knew the Chargers were going to lose to the Patriots. So we all knew that. So Sam going, he's like, I can't wait. He's like, I'm just going to wait to book my flight until like it's official. It's official. So Bills win. We go to Tavern. He books his flight to Denver. It's like $130. It's not even that big of a deal. Books the flight without even looking at like tickets, hotel, none of that stuff. He just books the flight. And then he complains during the week, Frank, that tickets to get into Denver and Buffalo are $500. And I was like,
I couldn't imagine.
That seems pretty on par for what it would be to get into an NFL playoff game.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he was like, am I dumb? Or I budgeted $700 for this entire trip. And I'm like, excuse me?
I mean, you said it. Like,
excuse me? That sounds like a guy that's never been to an SEC football game. Sounds like a guy that's never been to any. I mean, what? Brother, you thought the game was going to be cheaper than $500? Look, if you're going to go out there and spend the money to fly out to Denver, or like, wouldn't you, I don't know, have a little bit bigger of a budget? I mean, just bang, book the flight. Tickets, $500, get in. This is outrageous. Outrageous. The National Football League? It's a playoff game? Really? That's a foul on Sam, Frank.
He draws the foul.
He was talking about he's going to fly to Gillette when they play the Patriots. Better watch out. Those tickets might be more expensive.
How much do you think that one's going to be?
Right. You going to fly to Boston? I just booked a trip to Boston. I'm going to Boston, by the way. Padres Red Sox.
Fresh invite.
Yeah, you can come if you want. I just booked that flight, though. It's kind of expensive. Padres Red Sox, that opening weekend. in Boston. I'm gonna ship up to Boston. All right. So let's get to the. What are you doing? What's going on over there?
My phone keeps yelling at me that my storage is full. I was trying to delete some stuff.
Oh man, take your photos, upload them to your laptop.
I was just
put them on a hard drive.
I know.
Clear all the photos out. That's why I haven't been able to participate in the 2016 thing. Have you seen that on social media?
What 2016?
Why are people doing this? The new trend right now, the popular trend is post yourself from 2016. So everybody's doing it.
Right.
I don't know what kind of weird, evil AI stuff is behind this, but you know what? I have not been able to do that. And it's not because I'm anti the trends. I don't have any pictures on my phone from 2016. All the pictures on my phone are from the last calendar year because I always take them all off and then upload them to a hard drive. But then I can't share any of my old photos. So situations like this, can't participate. Anyway, so that's a way to get out of that storage hell that you're in.
Well, it's mostly apps. There are some apps that I have.
How many apps do you have on your phone?
I have apps for convenience that I really should get rid of.
Doesn't your phone like automatically offload them if you don't use them?
No, I don't have that turned on. I should.
No, I have that turned on. I only have like 2 pages of apps total. And I usually delete most of them.
Half of my phone, I love how they have the breakdown here, the color breakdown.
Yeah, it's great.
Half of the storage is apps. The other half is the iOS and system data.
Yeah, that's why your phone starts to slow down because all of the new updates take up tons of storage space on your phone to the point where you get so bad that you have to get a new one. Like I have to get a new phone.
Yeah, I have a 11 Pro
You
Max.
have an 11?
Yeah, 11 Pro Max. Thank you, COVID, by the way. That's the $600 a week COVID checks is how I got this.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You got an Apple Watch like that. You didn't get $600 a week. You got like one payment of like $600.
No, I got $600 a week.
You got $600 a week?
Yeah.
Oh,
in New York.
With the COVID
Yeah.
payments. Oh, the furlough payments and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I remember that. I was still working. My brother made more than me on that than I was making.
Yeah.
It was like,
it was annoying, wasn't it?
how are you getting so much money? He's just sitting at home playing video games, like collecting $1,000 a week or whatever it was. I'm like, what? What is this? You know, some of us are essential workers here. We have to entertain the masses. Right
So
now.
was I. Yeah, exactly. I still have my essential work. I was given this by Entercom at the time. I was given that by Entercom if I ever got pulled over in Manhattan. If I got pulled over in Manhattan, I would show this to the cop to prove that I was an essential worker and that I had to be there.
I had that, but it wasn't as cool as that. They gave us something to print out, and I had it in my car that I never had to use because I never got pulled over because I realized that there were a lot of essential workers out there in San Diego.
I still have my security card from New York. That feels like something I should have probably given back, but they've more.
I think we should go to New York and see if it works.
Undoubtedly disabled that.
You could be like the guy at the Jets. Trying to clock back in.
Listen, I'll just
I don't know why you're an Odyssey employee still.
I'll just go into 345 Hudson. Yeah, I'm totally not expecting this to work, but I just want to see.
You're still an Odyssey employee. Maybe my card works. Maybe it works for all Odyssey buildings.
I would not think so. No,
it's possible.
Well, if Adam lets us, if we agree to get on the same plane at the same time, and Adam lets us go to Army Navy, we could try it this year.
Oh yeah, it's in New York. That's right.
We just have to get a direct flight this time.
You know what I don't want to get ever again? A call from Adam at 1:00 in the morning. Where in the world is Braden Surprenant? Well, I'm in Salt Lake City. That's not a fun bit that I want to do ever again.
No.
Hotel was free. That was cool.
Of course. And like
I got like a 4-hour nap in.
You went to the bathroom at the worst possible time. Because that was right at the time I got off the plane and did not see you.
No, I was already talking to the attendant, I think, by that time on the ticket fiasco. All right. We got to get to some NFL talk. We burned too much of this talking about Frank's storage problem. Sam upset about the $500. What is the entry price of that game now? I got to check. I'll check it when we come back. We're NFL Whip Around when we come back. Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Summer Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Need a contestant for a midday sports standoff. If you can call in and take me down to some sports trivia, you will be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize. 2 tickets to Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM, a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with his best of all world's Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy solo hits, and more. Only in Las Vegas this March 11th to the 21st and September 18th to the 26th. At Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's Urban Sports Station 97.3 The Fan. We talked a lot of baseball today, but we need to get into what's going on in the National Football League playoffs. It's time to get to today's NFL Whip Around.
All righty.
4 games this weekend.
4.
Divisional round.
This is the best weekend of football on the calendar. First game. So Saturday, we've got the 1s versus the 6s. And then on Sunday, we've got the 2s versus the 5s. Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. Broncos favored by 1.5. This will be on Saturday at 1:30 on CBS. We start in Denver, where the Broncos host Josh Allen and the Bills in a matchup that feels like strength versus weaknesses on both sides. Buffalo limps in with wide receiver injuries and a banged-up quarterback, while Denver brings one of the most aggressive pass rushes we've seen in years. The question is simple. Can the Bills protect Josh Allen long enough to steal this game, or does Denver finally cash in on one of the quarterbacks that they passed on?
I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win this game, and I think Josh Allen's going to be the big reason for it. I think Josh Allen is about to carry this team through the playoffs. I think you saw that on last week against the Jags. To me, Josh Allen is better than Bo Nix. I know Denver's got a good pass rush. I know all of that. Josh Allen is dealing with a foot, knee, finger issues. He practiced fully this week. Injuries are everywhere for the Bills. San Diego State Aztec, Shavers, Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, all injured. But the Bills are the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. 159.6 yards per game. What wins football games, Frank?
Running and stopping running.
Running and stopping the run. Now, their major flaw, though, is they're 31st in EPA allowed versus the run. So they can run the ball. They just can't stop it. So if Denver can run the football against Buffalo and control the clock, even though they're the number 1 seed, they'll be able to beat Buffalo. But I think the Bills with Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen has a big game against Denver, and it propels them over the Broncos. 1.5 point spread in favor of Denver. I'll take Buffalo plus 1.5. I know the Broncos are going to have the pass rush to slow down Josh Allen, but I think Allen has a good win over the Broncos on the road.
Just for posterity, so we can say we did it.
Oh, the Denver Broncos.
Bold prediction. Broncos running back R.J. Harvey will have his first 100-yard game as the team prioritizes bleeding the clock and winning field position against an explosive Bills offense.
I believe that because I think the Broncos are going to try to hang on to the ball as long as possible. They're not the greatest at stopping the run. The Broncos aren't. And the Bills are good at running the football. Plus, you want to keep Josh Allen off the field as much as possible. And the Bills can't. They are also not good at stopping the run. I'm giving the ball to R.J. Harvey multiple times. I'm going to do what Jacksonville should have done the entire game against Buffalo, and that's run the football. I'm not going to let Bo Nix ruin this game for me, potentially. Even though he's had a good year, Denver can play defense. They need to run the football. They need to shorten the game. If they do that, they'll be able to win. I will buy the bold prediction. I still think Buffalo wins the game.
Moving on to Saturday night. Saturday night gives us a rare divisional playoff rematch as Seattle hosts San Francisco just 2 weeks after completely suffocating the Niners in Week 18. The Seahawks believe they've cracked the code, while the Niners believe familiarity favors the offense. But with injuries mounting and Seattle's defense playing with confidence, this game comes down to whether San Francisco can adapt or if Seattle has already solved them. This game will be Saturday night at 5 p.m. on Fox. Seahawks favored by 7.
All right. San Francisco and Seattle, this is very interesting. Now, the thing that makes this game interesting is the Sam Darnold effect.
Mm-hmm.
He's dealing with an oblique injury, but he has slowly started to progress, or should I say regress, in his overall performances. San Francisco plays a lot of nickel. They play a lot of nickel defense, and when you play a lot of nickel defense, it slows down the pass a little bit. And when you look at Sam Darnold was he was at the top of his game near the beginning part of the season, but he's also led the NFL in turnovers, and Seattle's got some of the worst possible traits for a number one seed. The Niners are going to run their nickel defense, which is going to slow down the passing attack from Sam Darnold. They're going to have to rely on the run, which San Francisco did a good job of stopping against Seattle in Week 18, battle for the number one seed. I like the metrics. I like the matchup for San Francisco against Seattle in this particular contest. Now, Seattle's got the best defense in the NFL. That's where it's going to probably wear San Francisco down. Niners have no George Kittle, although they missed George Kittle for most of the year this year, or a lot of different weeks this year, so that's not going to be a massive loss. Seahawks, number one rush defense, going against Christian McCaffrey, which was an NFL worst, minus 180 rushing yards over expected. So the Niners' inability to move the ball on the ground against the best rushing defense for Seattle is, to me, going to be the biggest factor in this particular game. Now, Seahawks held San Francisco to 173 total yards in Week 18. They have elite tackling, which eliminates yards after carry, 2.7 yards after carry, yards after contact allowed. Kenneth Walker starting to set the tempo for Seattle. I know Sam Darnold's dealing with the oblique injuries, but here's the deal with the Seahawks. They're going to stop the run, and Brock Purdy's going to have to beat them, and I don't think Brock Purdy has what it takes to beat Seattle. I think the recipe is kind of the same as the Broncos and the Bills. Seattle, rely on your defense to stop the run, make Brock Purdy beat you, and on offense, keep running the rock. You got to be able to run the football against the nickel defense that is San Francisco. The Eagles ran into some problems doing that. When Jalen Hurts had to make the throws, he couldn't do it. Make sure Sam Darnold doesn't have to make the throws if you're the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are better because of their defense. The defense prevails against a banged-up Niners offense. I don't think Brock Purdy has what it takes to lift the team without Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey's going to have a rough day going against the number one rush defense in the National Football League. And by the way, San Francisco did pretty well defensively against Seattle last time. They held them to 13 points, but the problem was they couldn't move the ball because Seattle's got a great D. I'm going with the Seahawks in this one to advance. It's a tough place to play up there in Seattle. Defense reigns key. What do I say? Run the ball, stop the run, wins in football. Seahawks are the best at stopping the run. They're going to shut down San Francisco's running game. They're going to win. I don't know if they cover, though. I think the game might be a little close.
Bold prediction: with Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold dealing with an oblique injury, we will see a goal line snap from rookie quarterback Jalen Milroe.
I'll sell that. There's no way.
Okay. Off to Sunday now, the first of the 5-2 games. Sunday afternoon, the Texans try to break through a franchise curse. 0-6 all-time in divisional round games as they head to Foxborough to face the Patriots, a team that quietly might have the most efficient quarterback left in the playoffs. This is strength versus strength. Houston's defense versus New England's vertical passing game. Again, this will be on Sunday at noon on ESPN and ABC. Pat's favored by 3.
I like the Patriots in this game because their offense is better than the Texans' offense. The Texans' offense tried to throw the game away multiple times against Pittsburgh. They have an elite defense, but to me, I don't think the Texans offensively are going to be able to move the ball as well against the Patriots. They don't get the benefit of playing against a bad Steelers team this week. They got to go on the road again. They got to go to New England. It's got to be very chilly at Foxborough. For the Texans, it's their third straight divisional appearance. They've never won a divisional playoff game. They do have an elite defense against the pass, but they might be without Nico Collins on offense. CJ Stroud, if he is calm and confident, they might have a chance, but their road offense has been incredibly inconsistent. Now, as for the Patriots, it's a good thing they have some home field. Having Drake May play at home, I think, is great for a guy that is in his first year in the playoffs as a second-year quarterback. He has the third highest air yards per attempt. Texans allow the lowest air yards per attempt in the NFL. Offensive line is beat up. They're going to have to deal with a really tough Texans defensive line. I think the Patriots are going to do exactly what Mike Vrabel is embracing, and that is win ugly. This game's going to be close. I'll take the Patriots to win. I think they cover the 3 points, but I think the Patriots are going to grind this thing out and win on potentially a game-winning field goal. And maybe it's a push. You know, I'll take the Texans +3. I'll take the Patriots in the game. I think it's a grind out defensive game between both teams. Texans' lack of offense versus a Patriots team that's going to get stymied a little bit with a great defense that the Texans have.
Bold prediction. Look for rookie receivers Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel to score on big plays against man coverage downfield as Houston's offense continues to thrive with a menu of run shot play.
I like that. I think that's a good call. When you get lulled to sleep there on the run, and the Patriots are going to be able to stop it multiple times, you get the big one over the top. No Nico Collins. It's going to have to rely on the rookie receivers. I'll buy that bold prediction. I think they will have some big plays. Those might be the only times that the Texans do score on Sunday.
The nightcap for Sunday, the final game of the divisional round, will be the Los Angeles Rams taking on a team that is known as
The Bears. The Bears.
We close the weekend in brutal Chicago weather where Matthew Stafford plays his first career game below 20 degrees against Caleb Williams and the Bears. This matchup is about control versus chaos. Stafford's precision against Williams's improvisation, and whether the Bears can run the ball in conditions that demand it. This will be a 3:30 kick on NBC and Peacock. Rams favored by 3.5.
Now, when it comes to weather, it's not the snow or the cold that impacts offenses. It is wind.
Mm-hmm.
How windy is it going to be in the Windy City? That's the question. If it's going to be whipping around, that's a problem for the number one offense in the National Football League, which is the Los Angeles Rams. If it's not windy, I think the Rams are going to cook. The Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL. I know they got the 5 seed. I'm telling you, they got a chance to potentially go to the Super Bowl. They're the least penalized team in the NFL. They score at will. They have elite red zone efficiency. You know, they're very vulnerable to play action from a defensive perspective, which the Bears can do with their two-headed monster back there at running back. But I just like the Rams in this game because I think the Rams can force Caleb Williams to beat them. And Caleb Williams had one good throw last week in that contest. He had against the Packers. He had a lot of bad throws in that game. I think the Bears' luck runs out. Their run game has not been very good. It's going in the opposite direction. They are heavy play action usage, so that should be interesting that they do that against the Rams. But if they can't run the ball too much, the play action is not going to play off of that really well. And they're a very penalty-prone team with a very strict officiating crew. Very strict officiating crew this week for Bears and Rams. Based on the Rams being disciplined and being elite at red zone efficiency and the number one offense, I got the Rams in this game. I think they cover the 3.5 points.
Bold prediction, Bears quarterback Caleb Williams will end the day with 60-plus rushing yards and a rushing touchdown.
I'll buy that. I bet you he runs it in down by the goal line, and I think he'll have to scramble a little bit because I think the Rams defense will slow them down.
So you have the Rams.
I got the Rams.
You have the Rams, Seahawks.
And I got
Bills,
the Patriots and Bills. I got
Pats
two
and
divisional.
Bills.
I got two divisional rivalries in the AFC and NFC championship games. Who do you got?
From top down, I think Denver is going to be Buffalo. I think you saw every single time Josh Allen got hit, he got hurt somewhere. So I think Denver's going to be a little bit more disciplined than Jacksonville was. Denver, I think, is a better team than Jacksonville was. I'm going to pick Denver. I will take Seattle as well in the second game. Not sure if they're going to cover or not.
7 points is a large
Yeah,
spread.
that is a big spread. New England, and my gut is telling me Chicago.
Wow, let's pick all the favorites.
The Rams,
all the better seeds, I should say, since the Rams are favored on the road.
The Rams, we've seen them blow games earlier in the season. We saw them blow that game in Philadelphia. The Bears-Rams game is the one that I'm the least confident in, but I something in my gut is telling me that the Bears are going to take it.
I think the Bears' luck runs out. When we come back, we'll break down a little bit more of these games in a finer sense. We'll talk about the AFC and the NFC in two separate deals. We got college basketball to talk about at 1 o'clock as well. We do need a contestant for a midday sports standoff. If you take me down to sports trivia, you'd be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize. 2 tickets to Sammy Hagar until we live at Park MGM. A 2-night stay at Park MGM, Las Vegas, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with his best of all world Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy Soul hits, and more. Only in Las Vegas this March 11th to the 21st and September 18th to the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Give us a call, 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Try to take me down some sports trivia when we come back on San Diego's Urban Sports Station, 97 through the Fan. Be sure to stay tuned at 1 o'clock and listen for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a future Padres game with all the fan staff. Register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest-fan in order to potentially have your name called. We're going to talk more about the NFL playoffs in the 1 o'clock hour. We're also going to talk about the big college basketball Saturday. Oh, and we got to talk about the national championship. Got a lot to get to in the 1 o'clock hour. But we do want to get to today's midday sports standoff. And we have a contestant for that, correct?
Yep, this is going to be a quick one today, too.
Oh, quick one. All right. So we'll have time to talk about some things after the midday sports standoff. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
No, it's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right, Frank, who we got playing today?
Have David in UTC playing today. David, how are you?
Good.
All right. So today's topic, again, it's going to be a quick one. There are only 6 possible answers to this question, and that is who are the teams that have won the AFC and NFC championship games since 2020? So who have won the AFC and NFC championship games since 2020? David, you ready to go?
So who's been in the Super Bowl since
2020?
Oh, yeah,
basically, yeah.
You want all 6?
Well, yeah, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to go back and forth for all 6, yes. So you're going to get the first guess.
All right.
Who-
Sorry, I'm driving at the same time.
No, you're probably shouldn't be doing that, but
Well, yeah, you're probably right. Let's go with San Francisco.
San Francisco has won the NFC championship game once. Yes.
Are we getting multiple points for answers? Or we're just guessing the 6 teams?
Yeah, we could do that.
All
yeah,
right,
sure. So that's 1 point for David then.
I'll take Kansas City.
Yeah, but that's why you asked the 4-pointer. So Braden's on
right.
4 points here. David, you're on 1.
Oh, okay. Seattle?
No, Seattle has not.
They haven't made it to the Super Bowl since the Legion of Boom, I think. Since we didn't get to play it. E-L. I can't even...
E-L-G-L-E-S.
I can't do it wrong. I can't do it wrong. I don't know how she does it wrong every time. Eagles.
Yes, the Eagles. That is a correct answer. They've been twice. That's 6 points, which unfortunately, David, that kind of puts you out of it already, which is kind of why I was.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
David, go for it.
Let's go back and forth.
Yeah,
we changed the points thing as it already started here.
Yeah, so go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Steelers?
Not the Steelers. It's strike 2. Braden?
I just keep thinking about the Eagles and the Chiefs just over and over again. Since 2020. Oh, the Bucks. Didn't they win in 2020? Didn't they go in 2020?
Yes, the Buccaneers. David?
Yeah.
Your next pick.
Okay. All right.
They both played in the same Super Bowl, actually.
I'm
drawing a blank.
They've played each other before in a Super Bowl. Is that what you're saying?
Well, these 2 teams, the 2 teams that we have left, the one remaining AFC champion and the one remaining NFC champion, played in the same Super Bowl.
Oh.
Oh. All right. Was it Buffalo?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, and that would be strike 3, David. I am sorry. Braden, you want to finish this off since it sounds like I
That would be the Rams and the Bengals.
Yes.
SoFi Stadium.
So those have been the AFC and NFC representatives in the Super Bowl over the last 5 years, which is also what happens when you give me 2 minutes to...
Wait on a second. You know we do this every day.
I know, but we had so much to get to, and I didn't get to make a question yesterday, and I figured we would just run through the football stuff, so...
That's a foul on you.
No, I know.
They always should have
I'm not saying
Hang on a second.
I'm not saying that.
This is what you said. This is the type of question you get when you only give me 2 minutes to come up with one. I didn't give you 2 minutes to come up with one.
It is my fault.
You gave yourself 2 minutes to come up with one.
I also kind of read the flow of the show, too.
Always be prepared, Frank. We got to try to get to them. We got to qualify people for a prize here.
Wasn't an awful question, though.
Jeez.
It wasn't.
Frank, why'd you do so bad on your pop quiz? You know, they only gave me 2 minutes to really get my thoughts together. It's not my fault.
You know what I said in my graduation speech?
You had a graduation speech?
Well,
they let you speak
at the party at home.
Who'd you speak for? Your parents?
Yeah, the family that was there.
You gave a graduation speech? Please tell me your mom filmed it.
It was literally, I cheated the whole way. There's no reason for you guys to be here. Thank you. Bye. That was literally it.
Oh. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I can't believe you gave a graduation speech. Was this like a wedding?
No, it wasn't like I stood up at a podium. Like we were cutting the cake.
Cutting the graduation cake?
Yeah, we had a whole freaking party for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did, you know.
The guy
for it.
The guy who is a introvert got a party for graduation. The guy who cared less got the party for graduation.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was.
Did you get a lot of people give you like $100 and shit?
The hell if I remember.
You get $100 and stuff?
I probably did. I probably got money. I would expect that. I'm pretty sure I got money.
Foul on Frank for being a procrastinator.
I'm not denying it. I'm not denying it. Only a foul if I deny it.
Well, true. That's like whatever happened. It's funny. Like over Christmas break, we watched some old family videos and stuff, and we had like my parents' wedding video and reception and stuff like that. It was cool to see, you know, because when my parents got married, my mom was my age. My mom was 30, and my dad was 28. But like seeing all of their friends as my age now, like just seeing them talking around, like, oh, that's, you know, look how young they are, like all this stuff. Seeing like, you know, family members that have passed away, just like being able to see them again is cool too, right? And so we're watching these videos, and my brother's like, oh, where are like the speeches at? And my dad was like, they used to not really give like these gigantic long roast speeches, which is kind of what they've turned into.
Yeah.
They've kind of turned into like these roasts of like the bride and groom. Like everybody's trying to like outdo the next person that they just saw at a wedding. I was at one not too long ago. There was multiple people who talked. It's like, because they have like the best man speaks and the maid of honor speaks or whatever, or maybe the father of the bride or something like that. Do we need this many speeches? And why is it always about that person that's speaking? Why is it always like, I'm going to use this as social media? I've heard some good speeches in the past, but I feel like there's too many people speaking at these things now. It always turns into like some kind of like the best man always gives like a roast speech for no reason. And you can always tell the groom's always like sweating, like, I'm going to get yelled at. My wife's family has not heard any of these stories about me. My wife's family has no idea this story that he is about to tell about me and my wife. I just feel like it's much. It's too much. I should make you, you know what? I should make you speak at a lot of different things. I'm going to make you speak and stuff.
Why?
I don't know. I can't believe your parents made you speak at a graduation thing.
I'm not the out front person here. Your name is on the show, not mine.
Was
I'm the background character.
Were you supposed? Was that in order to get a slice of cake? You had to like give a speech to everybody.
The way I remember it is like someone said, "Say something." So I'm like,
you can't give in to the crowd that yells speech.
Yeah,
Can't
so
do that.
somebody said, "Say something." I said, "I cheated the whole time. There's no reason for you to be here. Thank you." That was literally it.
I like Juan Ruiz. I should do a speech at Frank's wedding.
You are not one of the 5 people that are going to be invited to the thing.
He should be. He's 6 though, right? Just in case somebody drops. Say somebody can't go.
Yeah, if we need someone to fill the table, sure. If we reserve a table for 9 and they give us a table with 10 seats, sure.
Then one gets to go.
All
right, so he's 10th. He's 10th on the list. That is rude. I agree, Juan. You should be higher on the list. You know what, Juan? You'd be higher on the list if you went to pitchers last week. It's still a foul on Juan. Still disappointed in him. I saw this thing earlier when we go to the when we talked about the what's it called? The Kyle Tucker stuff most of the day. So Daniel Meyer, he is an Astros fan. He found this thing. You can access the Atlanta Braves finances because they're a publicly traded company.
Yes, they are. You can. Mm-hmm.
Or the company that owns them is publicly traded or something like that. Like I can't look up Braves stock and buy it.
Wait a second. Oh, you can't? They're not listed. It's
not listed as like Atlanta Braves. It's listed as something else.
What is it?
I forget. Are you gonna try to buy the Braves?
I was gonna say that would be the greatest thing I could do as a Met fan. I could buy a majority share of the Braves and then just destroy the team.
You don't think other Mets fans have already tried this?
No, because they would have done it. The Braves would not be successful if that was the case.
Like, is Steve Cohen not allowed to buy shares of the Braves?
I would guess not, because that would be kind of a conflict of interest, would it not?
Massive conflict of interest, wouldn't it? It's publicly traded. The Atlanta Braves financial statements are publicly available and serve as a general guide for understanding the business of baseball. Any good accountant can move some decimals here and there, but these are a good starting ground. This is for like trying to figure out what the books are for other teams because nobody opens the books. The Braves have to for legal purposes. Braves made $46 million last year in profit. Not revenue, profit. On $600 million in revenue and currently have $150 million in cash reserves. They're making huge profits, only 15% expenses from the Battery, which is good. Nobody else has that, by the way. They own a whole strip of land that they control. Which is really cool from what I'm told. A reminder that the business of baseball spans beyond the concourse. This shows that, yes, teams like the Braves or your favorite franchise in the top half of baseball revenues could probably spend more. This also shows that they could not spend anywhere near the levels of the Dodgers, who are projected to spend $300 million more this year than the Braves on payroll and taxes alone. He goes, take a look at the TV revenue for the Braves, incredibly strong at nearly $165 million during the baseball season in 2025. It's still hundreds of millions short of what the Dodgers bring in. That's why you're starting to hear about Rob Manfred wanting to consolidate MLB's media rights. The idea that 29 other owners just are a bunch of broke boys who are choosing not to spend like the Dodgers is a logical fallacy. They are not capable of sustaining losses of 8 to 9 figures each year. We've seen it fail time and time again in the sport. You can handle losses in the short term, but it's not a long-term ownership strategy.
I'm sorry, that's not what Ken Rosenthal and Jeff Passan all say.
Here's what else he had to say. One of the San Diego Padre Twitter accounts of one of the fans here in town, 7.5% profit isn't that good for any business. 150 million cash reserves are to cover future losses. People saying they should spend every dime they make don't understand how a large-scale business has to operate. Braves do it right. And here's what Daniel Meyer said after the fact, which I agree with. They also have to answer to shareholders, so there's that. I think most fans want owners to pour their cash in and lose money out of a sense of civic duty. That's not a reality for most.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And when you come to the point of thinking that your owner just basically needs to write checks and give all his money away to the public, you're missing me on that. 100% missing me on that. Like the owners just have to give they made all this money, now they got to give it all back by making the sports team good. But you look at that, this is another great example of why not everybody could do what the Dodgers do. I don't know how many of those I have to lay out for you. College basketball, NFL football, 1 o'clock hour.
Big City is absolutely a place. Run that stupid shit over. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this. Where's it gonna go? Left or right? Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in a pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life. So
Yeah,
why
well,
should I
you
start now?
because it's a different sport. That's why. Here, make sure you do the pull-up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives?
Huh? Just hitting, spraying it. I mean, have you seen Luis Ariz swing a stick?
Yeah, he don't swing like that.
He might do that.
He does that as practice swing.
10 teams want to sign him. Nice piece. Nice ball, nice ball. That's a run, tied it up. Where's my cutoff guy? That's all I gotta say. Okay, let's go. Like this. Big City is absolutely a place. Run that stupid shit over. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this. Where's it gonna go? Left or right? Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in a pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life. So
Yeah,
why
well,
should I
you know,
start now?
because it's a different sport. That's why. Here, make sure you do the pull-up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives?
Huh? Just hitting, spraying it. I mean, have you seen Luis Ariz swing a stick?
Yeah, he don't swing like that.
He might do that.
He does that as practice swing.
10 teams want to sign him. Nice piece. Nice ball, nice ball. That's a run, tied it up. Where's my cutoff guy? That's all I gotta say. Okay, let's go. Like this. Big City is absolutely a place. Run that stupid shit over. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this. Where's it gonna go? Left or right? Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in a pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life. So
Yeah,
why
well,
should I
you know,
start now?
because it's a different sport. That's why. Here, make sure you do the pull-up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives?
Huh? Just hitting, spraying it. I mean, have you seen Luis Ariz swing a stick?
Yeah, he don't swing like that.
He might do that.
He does that as practice swing.
10 teams want to sign him. Nice piece. Nice ball, nice ball. That's a run, tied it up. Where's my cutoff guy? That's all I gotta say. Okay, let's go. Like this. Big City is absolutely a place. Run that stupid shit over. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this. Where's it gonna go? Left or right? Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in a pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life. So
Yeah,
why
well,
should I
you know,
start now?
because it's a different sport. That's why. Here, make sure you do the pull-up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives?
Huh? Just hitting, spraying it. I mean, have you seen Luis Ariz swing a stick?
Yeah, he don't swing like that.
He might do that.
He does that as practice swing.
10 teams want to sign him. Nice piece. Nice ball, nice ball. That's a run, tied it up. Where's my cutoff guy? That's all I gotta say. Okay, let's go. Like this. Stick City is absolutely a place.
Run that stupid game, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this, where's it gonna go? Left or right?
Fucking foul it off.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in a pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life. So
Yeah,
why
well,
should I
you
start now?
because it's a different sport. That's why. Here, make sure you do the pull up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives? Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Just block out the noise and.
Basketball this weekend for the Aztecs. Big game against New Mexico tomorrow night. We got NFL playoffs this weekend. We've got so much to get to in such a small amount of time. Just an hour left of the show this week.
Stupid Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker and Major League Baseball going down the tubes. Definitely took up most of the day today. But it is time, Frank. Oh, it's time.
It is. It is 101.
It is time to get to today's biggest fan.
Ta-da.
Now I'm starting to think you actually do generate these names. Congratulations to today's biggest fan, Shane Frank in El Cajon. Shane Frank. No relation to Frank over here. Shane Frank in El Cajon. Give us a call in the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, and you will qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 97tothefantasy.com/biggest fan. Shane Frank in El Cajon. Paging Shane Frank in El Cajon. You got 10 minutes. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Rod doing his best Bart Simpson impersonation. Eat my shorts. Not a good Bart. Kyle Tucker can eat my shorts. It's great. Anyway. All right, let's get to some more NFL stuff here in a second, but I want to get to Aztecs basketball in this next segment because we're going to miss out on talking about them if we don't talk about them now.
Yeah.
Aztecs take on the Lobos tomorrow night. San Diego State 12-4 on the season. They're a perfect 6-0 in Mountain West Conference play. New Mexico 14-3, 5-1 in conference play. 5 o'clock on CBS. Sports Network. Should be a fun game between a couple of these teams. We got a lot of homecoming in this game as well. University of New Mexico's men's basketball coach is Eric Olin. Everybody remember Eric? Eric Olin was the head basketball coach at UCSD for a long period of time. He was the guy that got him to Division. He was part of the transition period from Division II to Division I. And I'm pretty sure he was there from like D3 to D2. But anyway, he is the new head basketball coach at the University of New Mexico. And he has found 2 San Diego guys from UCSD to Albuquerque. Luke Hopp and Chris Howe come from San Diego. Howe from Torrey Pines High School and UCSD. And Luke Hopp from St. Augustine High School and Point Loma Nazarene. Luke Hopp's dad is Mike Hopp, who is the head basketball coach at St. Augustine High School. So they'll be back in town to take on the Aztecs on Saturday night. Should be a fun contest. New Mexico played Grand Canyon on Tuesday before traveling to San Diego State. Saturday's 5 o'clock game at Viejas Arena will be homecoming for all 3 of those players because there's another one I forgot to mention. Is the fact that Eric Olin also had Carlsbad High School standout Jake Hall on the team as well. So Jake Hall from Carlsbad, Chris Howell from Torrey Pines, and Luke Hopp from St. Augustine all coming back. Eric Olin calls Howell the ultimate winning player. Screens, passes, charges, loose balls, scoring in the secondary. Hopp brings nonstop effort. Olin says the team has taken on his personality. A lot of star power comes from their freshman and Jake Hall, who is a Carlsbad standout and 2024 CIF San Diego Section Player of the Year a year ago. Hall leads the 13-3 Lobos at 14.2 points per game, tops the team in minutes, made threes, and three-point percentage. He has already had multiple 20-point games and says coaches are letting him be himself. This upcoming stretch, New Mexico played Grand Canyon on Tuesday, and they play San Diego State tomorrow night. A homecoming game at Vias Arena for Hall, Howell, and Hopt. Howell missed the first 5 games with a strained oblique. He's averaging 5.5 points and 3 rebounds a game. Howell says Mountain West play is a grind and has shifted his career goal towards coaching. Luke Hopp is adjusting to a higher level of size and athleticism. He's averaging 5.7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and he's second on the team in assists. Common theme for this squad, according to Mark Ziegler's article, effort, IQ, and chemistry fueling New Mexico's strong start. This is a New Mexico team that is close to the top 30 in the net rankings, which is good news for the Aztecs because they need to try to pile up some quad 1 wins if they can. San Diego State will not be able to do that coming up tomorrow as the New Mexico Lobos are still just outside the top 30. In order to get a quad 1 win, you got to beat it at home. You got to beat a team that is in the top 30 in the net, or top 30 in whatever metric you're going to do, because there's multiple metrics with different quad games. New Mexico sits at 42 in the net. San Diego State is not far behind as they were at top 50 last time I checked. They're still at 50. They jumped 15 spots after beating Wyoming the other night. So a big opportunity for San Diego State. We finally got to see the defense of the Aztecs in their last game against Wyoming. They're going to need that defense against New Mexico tomorrow night. And this is another big opportunity for San Diego State to try to improve their resume so they can get into the NCAA tournament on their own and not need help from the Mountain West Conference tournament. Frank.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of these games now, you've put yourself in a position, like we mentioned yesterday after the win against Wyoming, you've put yourself in a position with your non-conference schedule that you need to win all of these games or go as close to perfect as you can possibly get if you want to make the tournament without winning the conference championship. So this is a crucial step and also a great way to get some redemption for the football team who had their Mountain West championship hopes dashed in New Mexico by these Lobos.
Latest bracketology was today out of Joe Lenardi. As of right now, he has, I don't know where San Diego State,
as of the last one from earlier in the week, they were the last of the next 4 out.
They've moved up 2 spots.
So they're second.
They're now
so
second on the next 4 out. So they haven't moved too much after beating Wyoming. I thought it was a good win. I mean, their metrics jumped big after beating Wyoming. But this is what we're talking about. When you lose to Troy at the beginning of the season, this is why we were like, hey, they don't have room to improve in their conference with games on the road that are supposed to be tough. They're not going to help you out. Aztecs had a really good win against Wyoming. They had another win, but they moved up 2 spots. And now they're a game behind. They're still 1 spot outside of the first 4 out. So they got San Diego State. Joe Lenardi's got San Diego State ranked 74th on this bubble sheet. Now, the interesting part about that is if the powers that be, which want to expand the NCAA tournament to 76 teams, as of right now, Frank, they would be in the tournament. They'd be the last 4 in. They'd be one of the last 4 in.
Like I said, it doesn't matter how big you make the tournament, because if you make it 76 teams, team number 77 and 78 are going to have a problem with it. So it doesn't matter. Just pick a number, stick with it.
The more you add to that, though, the more it's like, okay, well, we're 500. Maybe we shouldn't make the play. Maybe we shouldn't make the tournament. Last 4 in. New Mexico's the last 4 in team. So this is a good opportunity for the Aztecs to flip that and at least get themselves into the first 4 out. As of right now, for teams on the bubble in Joe Lenardi's bracketology, Kentucky, Auburn, USC, Texas A&M are the last 4 buys. The last 4 in: Indiana, Ohio State, New Mexico, and Texas. First 4 out: UCLA, Missouri, TCU, and Stanford. Next 4 out: Virginia Tech, San Diego State, Creighton, and Baylor. Now, here's the thing for San Diego State. Those are the schools you're competing with for spots right now. What do most of those schools have in common?
Bigger, better conference play?
They're Power 4 schools. And they're all going to be playing Quad 1 and Quad 2 games in conference play. Kentucky and the SEC and the Big 12, 2 of the best conferences in college basketball. Kentucky SEC, Auburn SEC, USC Big Ten, Texas A&M SEC, Indiana Big Ten, Ohio State Big Ten, Texas SEC, UCLA Big Ten, Missouri SEC, TCU Big 12, Stanford ACC, Virginia Tech ACC. Those are all the teams in front of San Diego State with New Mexico mixed in there as a Mountain West school. Those schools are all going to play quad 1 and quad 2 games. That's what makes that you have to take advantage of any quad 1 and quad 2 opportunities. As of right now, they get New Mexico playing Indiana in the first 4, and the winner would play Villanova and Philadelphia. That's fair. Other things to pay attention to as we take a look. Again, San Diego is hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, so it's fun to pay attention to some of the teams that might be coming to San Diego. Unless Arizona has a massive collapse, they're going to get a high enough seed, and their closest city is always San Diego. Arizona is going to be in San Diego for the NCAA tournament. That's almost a guarantee.
Who are they playing? Because they were playing like I forget who they were.
They're going to be playing a 16 seed, so that's going to change all the time.
It was like Monmouth was the last 16 seed they were projected to be playing.
Yeah, well, now it's Dartmouth. So
okay.
Dartmouth is expected to get the 16 at this point.
The other side of the bracket was Auburn and somebody else.
8-9 would be St. Mary's and NC State. That would be the Arizona portion. Now, the other one is currently Arkansas, Utah Valley, Texas Tech, and Hawaii. Hawaii's now jumped in.
Arkansas.
Yeah, not in basketball. It's Arkansas.
No, just the state.
In football, it's Arkansas.
The state is Arkansas.
No, it's divided by sports. You didn't get the memo?
No, I missed that memo.
It's in the game notes. Please refer to us as Arkansas in football and Arkansas in basketball.
Gotcha.
Get the game notes.
Okay, my bad.
See, son.
Sorry.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'll
foul
never,
on Frank.
I'll never make the mistake again.
He draws the foul.
It's Foul Out Friday.
It is a Foul Out Friday. We're kind of behind on our fouls, though. Multi-bid conferences. SEC expected to get 10 teams right now. Big 10, 10. ACC 8. Big 12, 7. Because the committee hates the Big 12. Big East 4. WCC 2. Mountain West 2. Southland 2. Atlantic 10, 2. That's going to change 1,000 times before March. When we come back, a deeper dive into the playoffs of the National Football League, the divisional round. We're going to start with the NFC, finish with the AFC, and call it a day. Where are the edges for the games this weekend? We'll talk about it when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, Standing Room Sports Station 97 through the Fan. And that's why Juan Ruiz needs to be higher on your priority list here. Come on, Frank. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show.
He's higher on my priority list than a lot of other people.
Well, you know what? That's true. You can take that with a...
That I've known for a lot longer, too.
Take that to bed. All right. We're broadcasting live at the Bill House Studios here in San Diego. Beautiful day in America's finest city. We're going to talk about the NFL here in a second, the NFC. I do want to mention this. Did you see the article by Don Norcross today?
I did not know.
U2 in the UT. He's talking about one of the kids I get to coach, Honor Falave.
Oh, yes. You told me about this a little bit ago.
Right. Honor Falave, 5-star athlete at Cathedral. One of the best players I've ever seen. He put out, it's funny, he put out this tweet the other day. And this is in the article. Quote, I appreciate all the different programs reaching out to my family and I, Falave Johnson posted on X, formerly Twitter. However, I'll be staying in San Diego and playing my final season at Cathedral Catholic. Excited to run it back with my brothers, coaches, and represent the city one more time. I find it funny, all the time. This kid is a junior in high school. So he's talking about other high schools reaching out to him as he's at Cathedral to go to a different high school to play football. Yeah, we get a bad rap all the time. People assume that that's what we do, which is not even close to being true. Don Norcross is able to reach Honor Falave by phone. He said the schools recruiting him included IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, plus almost the whole Trinity League. There are 6 schools in the Trinity League: Modern Day Catholic, Santa Margarita, Servite, Orange Lutheran, and J. Sarah. They're all located in Orange County. The 6th school, St. John Bosco, is in Bellflower. Honor Falave, in a quote, said, this has been real heavy on my mind. For my senior year, I was debating going to the Trinity League and getting experience facing the best talent to get me ready for college. The more I prayed about it and talked to my family, I was born and raised in San Diego. I love Coach Doyle, Coach Montali, and the entire coaching staff. I feel the schools in the Trinity League try to win, but not develop the kids as much. They try to throw money at you and do crazy stuff. I feel the people you start with, you should finish with, and that's the ultimate conclusion I came to. Falave Johnson said the Trinity League schools offered him free tuition. He said some offered travel expenses and even offered to pay for his housing. You guys think college football is crazy? You should see the stuff that we deal with at the high school football level.
You know what? I said it to you for being... Congratulations to Honor for being a man of integrity, for sticking with Cathedral, especially in the face of all that. Applaud his parents as well, because they could have easily told him, go take the bag. But they didn't. W kid, W player, W parents, just all around great group of people. I haven't met them, haven't talked to them, but just in the face of that, that is very, very impressive for someone who's in high school to turn down and have his parents guide him to making the proper decision. Great job.
He's got 40 offers. He has now narrowed his college choices to 10 schools: USC, Oregon, Texas, Texas A&M, Alabama, Penn State, Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. All pretty good. All pretty good schools. But he goes on to say, I want as long of a career as possible. Honestly, this year opened my eyes to the offensive side. I want to package or some plays in college. I could go in on offense, but I primarily want to play defense in college. No, TCU didn't even offer him, Nate. Don't even get me started on that. But he's a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal football player. And here's the thing with San Diego, everybody likes to complain about the private schools here. A lot of the good talent in San Diego gets taken up to Orange County for all of these schools that can offer housing, money for travel, free tuition, and all of that stuff. I mean, that's some crazy stuff going on in high school sports. You think college is crazy? Hey, here's the other thing, Frank. We talk about the college kids all the time and these college families and all this other stuff. Craziness of college football. When you hear a story like this, Frank, doesn't it make it more understandable of why the kids at college are the way that they are? With some of these things, they're getting this in high school.
Yeah.
IMG
absolutely.
Academy in Florida called him to see if he would move to Florida to play at IMG for free. To do what exactly? Like, this is what I don't understand about high school sports. I get from the college perspective, these guys are paid professional coaches. Their livelihood's on the line. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of moving around. You got a lot on the line to win games in college. That's why you recruit like this. You're trying to do something. In high school, what are you trying to do? Win a CIF championship?
And that's
Is this for a win a state championship? What does that get you? I know these Trinity League coaches are paid handsomely. Like the Jay Sarah job opened up and they posted over $200,000 to be a high school football coach.
Ooh.
You didn't know that?
No.
These guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars in that league. Do you think Carson Palmer is coaching at Santa Margarita out of the kindness of his heart? I'm sure it's a little bit because it's his alma mater, but he's being compensated accordingly. These are factories up there. This is why I try to tell people all the time. It's like, oh, well, the private schools here in San Diego should go to the Trinity League. It's a different level. There's always a bigger fish, Frank. There is always a bigger fish.
Meanwhile, most of the schools on Long Island, and I know it's the gym teacher that's coaching the team.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen most of the coaches in San Diego are they're teachers.
Yeah, they're the history teacher.
Yeah. They get a small stipend. I mean, the most common stipend for a high school football coach in San Diego for a head coach is like $4,000.
The baseball coach,
$4,500.
The baseball coach at San Ysidro, the varsity coach was the gym teacher, Ken Conche, and Coach Ramirez was the history teacher at San Ysidro. That was the JV teacher, the JV coach.
Most of our coaches at Cathedral are alumni. The ones that are alumni are parents of alumni and teachers on staff at school. And we're the private school. We're the big private school in town. I don't that gets to a different level for high schools. What are you trying to accomplish exactly? What's the end goal here? They have to make tons of money off this. I mean, there's no way. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. This is all to just win a state championship. I mean, those are the schools. It's a different animal for those schools. That's why those schools get ranked. All 6 of those schools are the best in the country almost every single year. It's a different game. Do you think all those kids are living in Orange County? Do you think they all come from Orange County? Do you think they all come from the state of California, Frank?
No,
the ones in the Trinity League.
No, like I said, it's kids. You could see it even when I was going to school. Is if you were a football player, especially if you were good, you can get away with murder, and it's taught at a young age that you could do whatever you want as long as you're good at the football sport.
They are paying for kids to travel to their school. Nice. Well, it's good to have Honor back. That's kind of great. I couldn't believe that article today. It's like they're offering what for a high school kid? It's crazy. Deeper dive into the NFC. Let's fire up the music. Let's talk about these NFC games over the weekend and why we think each team will win this weekend. We'll do the NFC now. We'll take a break and we'll do to the AFC. The divisional round.
Also got the Natty to go over.
We got to do that in the next segment as well. We got not a lot of time. Divisional rounds. Quarterback pressure, defensive identity, trust issues. Wild card round didn't just advance teams; it clarified who you can trust and who you're betting on to blink across all 4 matchups. 3 themes dominated in the division in the wild card round: quarterback volatility, our defense for star power, and our regular season numbers lying to us. Let's talk about the NFC game of the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7. Key tension here, grit versus dominance. San Francisco still winning games despite losing stars Joey Bosa and now Kittle and Fred Warner. Fred Warner thought he was going to be back for the divisional round. He will not. Their identity right now is survival, adaptability, and their ability to coach. Shanahan's a good coach. He has had a couple of weeks now to look at the Seahawks after playing them twice this year. They got a strong passing efficiency, top 6 EPA per drop back, and they're going against the number 1 Defense. Number 1 in EPA allowed success rate and run disruption. Best defense in football by nearly every advanced metric. But the problem for Seattle is Sam Darnold has led the NFL in turnovers, which is the worst possible trait for a number 1 seed. Can an elite defense overcome a quarterback who puts the ball in harm's way against the team that lives on capitalizing on mistakes? That is the question for Seattle this weekend. I think they can. As long as Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over, Seattle should cruise to a victory, Frank.
Yeah, and you talk about that game that happened a couple of weeks ago in Week 18 with San Francisco. The Seahawks just rolled San Francisco. I mean, they made San Francisco look completely uncompetitive in that game, and now San Francisco's missing more guys now than they were missing for that game. I think it has the potential of being closer than some people think it's going to be. I think San Francisco will cover that 7, but I don't see how they walk away with a win here.
I think it's going to be tough. To me, this is how San Francisco wins this game. For Seattle, it's a little bit easier. They got the best defense in the league. They're going to slow down the run, make Brock Purdy beat you, which I don't think he will do. Make sure Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over. For San Francisco, they need to score early. They need to put a drive together, the opening drive like they did against Philly. They need to take the crowd out of the game, and they need to have Sam Darnold have to make plays. Now, the nickel defense for San Francisco has been pretty elite. It's going to be a little susceptible to the run, but it's going to slow down the offensive passing attack for Darnold, and it's going to create opportunities to create turnovers. San Francisco, to me, needs at least 2 turnovers to beat Seattle, and they're going to have to score early, and they have to put the pressure on Seattle going into the fourth quarter. If the Niners have a lead going into the fourth quarter, they can win the game against the Seahawks. If they don't do that, they're playing from behind, they're in a jam, because once Seattle gets to a point where they can pin their ears back on defense, it's over for San Francisco. I think the Niners have a good chance to win the game, but Seattle just relying on Sam Darnold not turning the ball over and running the football with their defense, it's going to be a little bit easier for them to get the job done against a very beat-up San Francisco 49ers team. Let's get to the next game, Frank.
Yes, that would be between the Los Angeles Rams and a team that is known as right now, your key tension here is going to be proven closer versus chaotic upstart. The Rams have Matthew Stafford, who has the best late game quarterback left outside of Mahomes. Elite offense by EPA. Puka Nacua is a matchup nightmare, and they have quietly been dominant on the defensive line. However, the Bears, masters of second half chaos. Caleb Williams is spectacular and wildly inconsistent. Turnover creation is their lifeline. They had a league high 33 turnovers, forced turnovers. Falling behind early again could be dangerous, especially against a guy the quality of Matthew Stafford. The big question here is, do you trust experience and execution or variance and belief?
I'm going with the experience and the execution of the Los Angeles Rams. I think there's too much of weird things that need to happen for the Bears to win this game. I think you got to rely on Caleb Williams to make multiple throws, like the big throw he made on 4th down against the Packers. I don't think he's got that in him, because the entire game before that throw,
fluke.
The entire game before that throw was awful for Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was missing guys wide open, short, I mean, he is not. Everything that Ben Johnson's getting out of him is coming from Ben Johnson, and the fact that they have weapons galore and a lot of running and a two-headed monster at running back. I like the Rams in this game. I think Matt Stafford with his experience is going to be good. They have an elite offense, and like you said, they're quietly dominating on the defensive line. That's good news for the Rams. Make Caleb Williams beat you. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. He had shown signs of being spectacular, but he is wildly inconsistent. And if he has one of those games, it's going to be a long day for Chicago. The only thing that really factors in that helps them out is the weather might be nasty. It's not the cold. and it's not snow, and it's not rain. It's wind that jacks up offenses. If it's very windy, that could play a little bit of a advantage to Chicago because they can grind it out on the run. And probably a little bit more than the Rams can. Rams have good running game too, but to me, I like Los Angeles. They've been here before. They've done that. They got the experienced coach. They got the experienced players. I like the Rams in this one. Plus, Sean McVay's pretty good friends with Matt LaFleur. I'm just saying. They're on staffs together before. They might have a little trick up the sleeve after what happened at the end of the game last week.
There's something in my gut that's telling me that the Bears could pull this off. Like I have no reason to believe that the Bears are going to win this game other than
Frank's believing in the power friendship.
It's not even that. It's just I have a gut feeling that they're going to sneak this game out. It's not going to be a dominant win. It's not going to be as bad as last week where they're coming back from 21 down. They are going to sneak this game out. I think I can see it being close. I can see them being down by a point or two. Coming down to the last couple of minutes, they force a turnover and sneak a field goal through. Like I can see I can see the game going that way. I think it very well could be Chicago's game.
I'll take the Rams. I think the Rams win. There's a reason. Vegas always knows, man. Who's the mob got? That's the better question.
Like
Who's
I said,
the mob got in the game?
I have no reason, absolutely zero reason to believe the Bears are going to win this game. Any logical reason? I have none. I have that gut feeling that they are going to sneak it out.
We'll break down the AFC playoff games and the national championship coming up on Monday in the next segment. Final segment of the Braden Surprenant Show, leading into Gwen and Chris on a Friday. San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through the Fan.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do it right now.
How much you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh God!
Oh, it hits well in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff! What a great leadoff!
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh. No, Rick. There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
No one gassed.
Shell's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
Either you better get a hit now.
It's like Moneyball. He's got no confidence. Ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, hose him!
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman that can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too. That's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
Go! Go! Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got onto that bat.
Hey, the Surprenant suck.
Come on, Cello.
You can play Cello.
Oh, look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh, I crawled back. Did you ask him to buy you a beer after that?
Hey.
Got us beer, dude.
You were serious right now?
He did. Dude, yeah, Ethan, seriously, dude.
I know. Hey, Ethan, sit next one. You don't boo nobodies. That's what I'm hearing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice ball, Matt. Nice job.
I'm the best. I'm the best.
Hey, good job. Hey, we won. Nice job. Good job.
Good game. Good game, guys. Good game. Good game. Good game.
That big guy's going.
Good game. Where do you want me to sign, sir?
Like where you're always.
Don't send it to Fox.
No, nobody makes me sign. But I'll whatever you need for your kids or whatever, like sign ball or anything. Let me know.
You're all over it.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do
How much you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh, God.
Oh, it hits well in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff. What a great leadoff.
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh.
No, Rick.
There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
Someone gassed.
Shell's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
Ethan, you better get a hit
Yeah, it's
now.
like Moneyball. He's got no confidence, ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, hose him!
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman that can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too. That's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
Go!
Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got onto that bat.
Hey, the Surprenant suck.
Come on,
I
Cello.
can play cello.
Oh, look at the look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh, I crawled back. Did you ask him to buy you a beer after that?
Hey.
Got us beer, dude.
You serious right now?
He does.
Dude, yeah, Ethan, seriously, dude.
I know. Hey, Ethan, sit next one. You don't boo nobodies. That's what I'm hearing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice ball, Matt. Nice job.
I'm the best.
Hey, good job. Hey, we won. Nice job. Good job.
Good game. Good game, guys. Good game. Good game. Where do you want me to sign, sir?
Don't send it to Fox.
No, nobody makes me sign. But I'll whatever you need for your kids or whatever, like sign ball or anything. Let me know.
You're all over it.
What month is it really? Doesn't feel like January.
I know.
The weather
right?
outside, the amount of sports we got to talk about right now. Feels like June. Actually, not really. I mean, it's sunny out. It's never sunny in June.
No, it doesn't feel like June.
Doesn't feel like June. Maybe September?
Yeah, sure.
Rod,
Because we've been yelling about college football, so yeah, I'd say September.
what's the softball tax for striking out in your league? Ours was a 24-pack of beers. That's crazy. That's the next level. Everybody says pitcher, but I've yet to be paid the pitcher for when guys strike out. So we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. 833-288-973, 833-288-973. We gave you the preview of the NFC. Let's get you a preview of the AFC before we talk about the College Football National Championship. We will be off on Monday. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We'll be back in action on Tuesday following the holiday. Gwen and Chris obviously coming up next. We got a final football segment here to finish out the week on a Football Friday, Foul Out Friday. All right, back to it. Ha! I wish we could pick up where we left off music.
I know we can't do that. All right, so I'll start this time. I'll start this time around. As far as the AFC goes, their key tension for the Bills and Broncos. Broncos favored by 1.5. Their key tension is Superman versus the system. Buffalo finally broke their road playoff curse. That was the first time in either one of our lifetimes the Bills had won a road playoff game. Josh Allen playing like a force of nature, strong offensive line, plus run support, and they do know how to win ugly games. Denver, on the other hand, defense designed specifically to beat a quarterback just like Josh Allen. Bo Nix is playing the best football of his career, and Sean Payton, openly unhappy with the offense, wants aggression. What this game really is the year that Josh Allen beats structure or does structure finally beat him?
I don't know. I like Josh Allen. For some reason, things are lining up nicely for the Bills, where Josh Allen's going to carry them through the playoffs, because I think a lot of people didn't think they were going to be able to do it.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, his excuses have been, we've run into Joe Burrow, we've run into Patrick Mahomes every single year. You don't have to deal with those guys this year. You don't have to deal with them this time around.
No, you don't have to deal with them. And I mean, the Broncos are good. He's got to deal with good defenses, but it's a wide open league. It's a complete wide open league here in the NFL in the playoffs. And we talked about that before the playoffs started. And you saw that with all the matchups in the first round. The only matchup wasn't very good was the Texans and the Steelers. That was the only one. I mean, you could say something about the Chargers game, but it's wide open, and we've talked about it enough on, the breakdown of this game. But for me, like Buffalo, they got to be able to run the football against Denver, which they have the capability of doing. They've done a good job of that all year. The problem with Buffalo is they can't stop the run. And to me, Denver, if they can keep the Bills' offense off the field, it's going to just benefit their defense even more. That team's built around their defense. Their defense is one of the best defenses in the league. And to me, if you can run the ball against the Bills' defense that can't stop the run, and you control the clock, and your defense is well rested, they're going to make those 3 or 4 stops that they're going to have, that they need to make against Josh Allen to win the game on Sunday. But that being said, I think Buffalo's got a little bit of that. How you view the Bears game is how I view this Bills game. I find that Josh Allen is gonna be able to pull this off. I'm going with Josh Allen and the Bills.
If the Broncos can hit him and hit him good, I think it's Denver's game to lose. If they can't get to him, which Josh Allen was running for his life against Jacksonville and got hurt every single time he got hit. So if Denver can hit him, I think it's Denver's game to lose. If not, it's going to be really, really close. Texans and Pats. Patriots favored by 3. Best defense versus the best passing offense. Houston's defense just embarrassed Aaron Rodgers in historic fashion. Pass rush is elite with Anderson and Hunter. They can win without offensive fireworks, as we saw. New England, Drake May's quietly putting together historic efficiency, MVP level EPA numbers. Defense bends but tightens late. Schedule skepticism still does hang over them. The big question for this game: do elite quarterbacks matter more than elite defenses in January?
That's a good question. Do elite quarterbacks matter more than elite defenses in January?
The old adage has been defenses win championships.
Defenses do.
That would go against that.
When you have a good defense, you usually do a pretty good job. I don't care how good your quarterback is. Because you know what we have seen? We've seen good defenses with non-elite quarterbacks win Super Bowls. And to me, that's like the Texans, right? Like they're a really good defense that doesn't have an elite quarterback. If they can score on defense like they did against Pittsburgh, then it's going to be a way different ball game. But I think Drake May, who's putting up MVP level numbers, is going to be the big factor on this game. But here's the deal. Like with Drake May, you look at the schedule that they played. How many games did they play against teams with a winning record? What did they have? One win against a team with a winning record all season?
Great, yeah.
They weren't. I mean, you can only play what's in front of you. Drake May has had a lot of opportunities to go against teams like the Texans. Chargers defense was pretty solid. That game was tight for a long time, and it was the Patriots defense that helped out Drake May and then got him off and running against the Chargers. I think this game's going to be really tight. I think the Patriots pull it through, but I think the reason the Patriots pull it through is because CJ Stroud has not been playing good football, and that offense has not been very good, and it doesn't sound like Nico Collins is going to play. And with that, I got the Pats at home. And maybe it's just because I have a lot of PTSD from the Chargers back when I was a Chargers fan going there and just seeing all the teams go there and die. in the playoffs, even though it's not Bill Belichick and it's not Tom Brady anymore. It's Drake May and it's Mike Vrabel. Now, the thing with Mike Vrabel's not great in playoff games. He has not been great in playoff games. Now, that be it, coaching for the Titans. I like the Pats over the Texans, and I think the Texans are good. I tell you what, I think whoever wins that game is going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Drake May.
Let's get to college football. Flip it. All right, there you go.
Make your ears bleed one more time.
Got the preview for you, ready to rock and roll. 1:30.
Go ahead. Let's do that. All right. So this season has been chaos from the start. Blue Bloods falling, preseason favorites flaming out. Wouldn't know anything about that. And programs we've never talked about in January suddenly becoming the story of college football. And now we're here. The most unexpected national championship matchup we've ever seen. The Miami Hurricanes versus the Indiana Hoosiers. One side is a brand trying to reclaim its soul. Miami, dead and buried in October, now one win away from its first national title since 2001. The other side is something we've never seen before. Indiana, undefeated, historically dominant, and potentially the first 16-0 team since 1894. This isn't just a title game. It's a referendum on what college football is becoming. So let's set it up. Is this Indiana's inevitability or Miami's destiny moment?
I honestly think it's just Indiana's inevitability because this team is loaded. They got the backing from Mark Cuban, right? I mean, they got a good coach. They got a good roster. I think they got the better quarterback in this particular case. Their defensive line is way better. I mean, it would be a resurrected power winning a title for the first time in 24 years or a never power in Indiana completed the most improbable run in college football history. Preseason odds has Miami at plus 3,000 win the national title, had Indiana at plus 10,000. If you're an Indiana fan and you bet $100 for your team to win the national championship this year, if they win on Monday, you could pocket 10 grand. That's how crazy it was. And they've been historically dominant. Their S&P plus profile is equal to the 2022 Georgia team and the 2023 Michigan team. Overachieving projections by 18.9 points per game in the playoff. Indiana's been unbelievable, and I don't think Miami's going to be able to slow them down. You look at the coaching advantages, Kurt Cignetti gets the advantage. He took Indiana from 9-27 over 3 years to 15-0 in a national title game. Did it with transfers, experience, NIL leverage, almost no blue chip recruiting. As for Mario Cristobal, deserves massive credit, obviously, for holding Miami together. Built a physical defensive identity, but tactically, this is a tough matchup for Miami. I love Indiana in this game. I think Indiana's got the quarterback favorite too. Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Mendoza. Nation's best total QBR, 90.2. 31 for 36 in the college football playoff, 8 touchdowns, no picks. Those more touchdowns than incompletions in the first 2 college football playoff games. Trust receivers in tight windows. Only vulnerability. He's taken 7 sacks in 3 games. Miami could have some pressure on him, but he's better than Carson Beck. Carson Beck, not flashy, but effective. He did okay in that Fiesta Bowl. He made a lot of good throws, but I like Mendoza way more. In the trenches, Indiana offensive line, 171 combined career starts, rarely penalized, almost never behind the chains against the Miami D-line that is got 19 sacks, 32 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles. If Miami can disrupt Indiana's rhythm, Indiana might be in trouble. On the flip side, I love talking about the trenches. Miami's O-line versus Indiana's D-line. Indiana's second nationally in stuff rate, top 10 sack rate without blitzing. Miami's got some massive tackles, and they run behind the left tackle as they're running behind the left tackles fueled the playoff success. Indiana advantages in the skill department in terms of the running backs and receivers. Special teams are both sloppy but dangerous. Miami, in order to win this game, in my opinion, because I think Indiana's going to win, they got to win third down. They've done it in every playoff win. Pass rush got to show up for Miami. Indiana stops winning contested catches. That's a 50-50 battle that Miami needs to win. Create some chunk plays for the Hurricanes, and they got to flip the turnover margin. Indiana plus 21 in turnover margin this year. Plus 21. That's insane.
After what they did to Oregon, I can't see a world where Indiana doesn't win this game.
I got Indiana. This could be the 2022 National Championship game all over again. We'll talk about it Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday. For Frank Marchese, I'm Braden Surprenant, signing off, 97 through the Fan.